arms.
Okay,
Nice.
fine. Shut up. Not you. Not you.
Not
Never.
me,
I would
huh?
never.
You're making this very uncomfortable for all of us, Taylor.
Good. Jared,
I
How does
just
it
feel
feel?
like it's kind of an abusive display of power.
the hands really sell it. That's good. Okay. Welcome to All the Marbles, everybody, where the stakes have never been higher. This week on the podcast, we've got returning Maggie Harris.
Hello.
You all know it. Now, local comic, local poet. We've got Jared Oshel.
Woo.
Local comic, local gargler, local juggler. Okay, and Amos Christensen. Local comic, local artist, local he'll make you stickers.
Yes, writer, produce magnate.
Produce magnate.
Hell yeah.
Produce magnate. I've been telling ladies that. I'm a produce magnate.
I've been like guessing things that people do pretty well. I've got a pretty good record of just randomly saying that somebody does something on the podcast, and they'll be like, "Oh, I actually do that." I'm like, I'm not saying that I'm like a Nardwuar type, but.
He poured so much vodka.
Turn red, bro.
We're screaming.
It was so wide in this shot. I look like a fucking cherry right now.
I want to
We
watch
broke
back.
Jared,
I
guys.
just look over. He's just.
I want to see his eyes when we watch it back, and him just be like,
He's gonna do the whole thing. Oh,
Taylor's getting lit tonight.
getting drunk.
Thank
Is that
God.
just straight vodka?
I just don't. I didn't want to like steal
Is
from
that
Amos's
whiskey and
beer
water?
because I feel like he's gonna need enough of that to get where I'm at with this.
it will take a lot of beer for me to get drunk, but
Yeah.
you can have one.
You're on beer. You're on
Well,
vodka.
if you want any vodka, I've got backups.
I'm on vitamin water.
Jared O'Shea is on vitamin water,
Okay.
not life water.
Maggie, you need any cocaine? What's up?
No, I'm wide awake.
Okay.
I've decided that this time I'm going to be chill.
Chill.
Yeah, so you can just call me Ice.
What's up, Ice?
That's going to be my name on this.
I hope you know I'm calling you
Episode.
Ice for the rest of the podcast.
Thank
I will
God.
stick
Thank
to
you.
it.
I love that.
Okay.
This one's
So you
for
guys have
Ice.
watched the show before, right? You know what all these piles are.
I have not.
Okay. So these are just cards with questions. We go in a circle. A comic picks a card, draws it, reads it, and asks the question of a comic who has to answer the question. Anyone else can also pitch in their opinions or memes or answers to the question as well, but only one comic absolutely has to answer the question, which will be relieving to us all later. We'll probably have Maggie start and read the first question unless
so
Jared has questions. What's up?
Is Asshole a game? or did
Asshole
you guys
is a game.
Get those made. It's an
No,
actual
Asshole
game.
is a game. Extreme Personal Questions is a game. These cards over here, Maggie wrote herself. These are firsts questions, which are questions about the first of things. Bests cards, which are questions about the best of things.
Ooh.
We've got date cards, which are
Date
questions that you should
cards.
ask on a first date.
I'll
Date
fix
cards.
And
first
then we've
dates.
got, and then we've got crystal ball cards, which are questions about the future, and then we got potpourri cards, which just means stuff.
You ever play the game We're Not Really Strangers?
No.
Those always have good questions in them. Those get a lot deep. Those aren't really funny. Those are just like, when's the first time you remember being hurt?
Nice.
It's just those kind of questions.
There's some stuff in there, in here for
Yeah,
that.
they're
Those
good
are-
for strangers
yeah.
if instead of having fun, you want to cry.
Those
Hell
are
yeah.
those are like a bootleg.
You might cry tonight, Jared. I don't know.
I'm
They're
a
like a
crier.
bootleg
I'm not
booster
afraid to
pack.
be a crier.
We done pretty close before the cameras went on. Maggie, you want to draw a
Yeah.
first card? And,
I'm going to
torture
draw
somebody?
a date card.
Hell yeah.
Is that a fishbowl over there?
Maybe. No.
No.
So, Jared, what is a super cool hobby that you personally will never have?
Flying RC planes, and I've delved into it, but I never really got that far into it. Like my mom dated a guy that had like RC planes and helicopters and shit, and I thought that was really really cool.
For how long?
And it's like, how long did they date? I don't know, a few months.
Nice.
Yeah.
Was it cool when he like threw it?
No. So they don't. It's not even a throw thing. They're like models that are like 8 foot wide.
Oh shit!
What?
And they take off. Yeah,
Oh,
they
damn.
take like gasoline engines.
Whoa.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah, and they go like hundreds of miles per hour.
What?
Do they-
Yeah, they go fast as shit.
Faster than a
altitude?
regular
Depending.
car?
So like
Faster than a speeding bullet. Maggie.
planes have to be a certain MPH for them to actually have liftoff.
Yep.
Yeah.
So they have to go. I mean, I'm not going to say they go 300 miles an hour, but
They're like bees
one
in
that
that
goes
way.
150, I don't think is unheard of, especially if it's like they have ones that are jets that operate like jets, right? It's not like they have it operates like a plane that's shaped like a jet. It operates like a jet.
Yeah.
Does it have a propeller?
Some of them do, yeah. So think of a plane. Think of all the
Like
different
that.
kinds of planes. They have those, but small.
Really?
Yeah.
Do some people make like little dudes, like little army dudes?
Oh yeah, no,
Like,
that's
yeah.
a little
Oh,
dude
yeah.
thing is absolutely
Like a
absolutely
dog
part of the
or a
culture.
child?
That's absolutely part of this. Having a
Absolutely,
little
you
dude
have the
in
big planes,
cockpit.
and then you have one little table that's just little dudes that you paint.
Yeah, and then
How much weight can it hold?
I don't know. This is a hobby that I didn't do, so I just think it's.
On like the 4th of July, do they ever like put an M80 with a really long fuse into one of them and then start flying two and like do a fake little dogfight before one of them blows up?
Dog fights are a thing. I did wish that they had like model anti-aircraft guns that they could fire at them. I think that'd be pretty cool.
that'd be cool,
That would be
too.
That'd be
4th of
very
July is coming up.
4th of July. I mean, that's more World War II and stuff, but like,
fuck 4th
Fourth
of
of
July.
July
It's
is
gonna be a
World
fun
War II.
Friday
What?
deal.
what?
Oh, you're talking about the anti-aircraft guns.
Yeah,
guns would
so
be
it's
more
like
World
it
War
is
II.
celebrating America. So if
was-
4th of July is just celebrating all of military, then sure, yeah, and I'm for that. I'm all for that because
You know
one
how
time,
4th of July is about
whenever I was
celebrating
a
the
kid-
military.
One time, whenever I was a kid, I made a little like gun out of PVC pipe and then put one of those like ones that flash, so it looked like I was in fucking Nam.
Yeah.
and I was just laying down.
Nice.
I was.
To be back.
I was a child that people were scared of.
I
Yeah.
believe that, Jared.
You watch Platoon. Like,
Some say
one
he still
time,
is.
and then-
My dad showed me Saving Private Ryan in like the 3rd grade, which I don't think is a good age to watch.
That's a
that.
wild age.
In
It's
the
a
Showtime.
wild age. He was just like, "This is war," and I'm like, "Oh,
I've been
okay."
watching that since I
He
was
was like,
6.
children fought this war.
He showed me that, and then he showed me Porky's.
Saving
so
Private Ryan.
Yo, Porky's is awesome. Porky's rules.
is the shit.
Yo, where they like
Band of
go to the
brothers.
strip club or
That
whatever.
was too much information to go into 3rd grade with. I'll be real with you. Just war and strip clubs. You know what men do.
Hey, this year we're learning cursive. Guess what? I just watched Porky's. I don't give a fuck about cursive. That's what it was.
I don't give a fuck about cursive. All I care about is drilling holes into walls
Yeah.
and sticking my eyes
Where's
through
the
them.
shower?
These are things that are wrong today. They were wrong back
Seemed
then.
appropriate at the
Then-
time.
Yeah.
But for whatever reason, in the 80s, they thought, oh, that's what guys do. We
They're
drill
like, it's
fucking
hilarious.
holes,
Yeah.
and we look at fucking tits.
Yeah, we do.
That's what we do.
All right, Jared, your turn.
Pick a card.
Tits.
Tits. Boobies.
You don't get one.
Wait, so who do I ask?
Anyone you want.
You pick somebody.
But
you want to know.
Which of your personality
Nope.
traits...
Who are you picking?
I
He
said
said
Amos.
Amos.
Oh, I'm
me.
so sorry. Chill, I'm being chill. I'm being
Ice.
chill. I'm being
Ice.
chill.
Smooth as ice.
I'm
Ice,
ice,
ice.
now,
Hey,
so
that's
I'm
just
being
ice.
super chill. Amos, which of your personality traits are you most proud of?
Most proud of? Listen, personality traits that I'm most proud of is my my ability to like my time management,
Okay.
as I have very good time management.
That's awesome.
Yes, and more specifically, I've been reducing the amount of time I take shits at home, and the more amount of time I take shits at work. And that's what I mean by time. That is my best. And but
I was gonna ask a serious question after this. But
that is a serious answer. Those skills transfer into real world applications. Okay,
Right.
Like what?
like sales. You know, sales is all about timing. All right.
Yeah.
You gotta get the guy.
Gotta
the right-
You gotta go to the bathroom
Listen,
and then
if
come
you
back.
can tell that a guy's about to take a shit, that's when you sell.
Yeah.
He's got to make two decisions: either answer
Listen.
you or take a shit right here.
Do you want him to have anxiety or not? All right. pre shit, he's gonna have anxiety. I mean, we just all know.
Sell me this pen. I got a shit. I got a shit.
Listen, take a shit first, and then I'll tell you about writing. How about that?
Were you always good on time management, or is that something you
No,
learned?
absolutely not, dude. Horrible. I used to be terrible.
So there's hope.
Like in high school.
Yeah. What about in high school?
High
Yeah,
school,
kids.
I was bad. I was really bad.
All
I
you
was the
kids
kid.
out there.
I was the kid that would write a paper like the night before.
Oh, yeah,
you
no.
know, and like cheat on the people next to me. And,
Yeah. I
And I had horrible time management. And I took a lot of shits at home and none at school.
None at school.
Exactly.
It all
where you
started with the
coulda-
shits.
It all started
Okay.
with the shits.
I feel like I
Sigmund Freud
wanted
would
to
tell
be
you the
so
exact
good at
same
time management. I feel like I needed to be, because that's something they taught in like high school. Once you get into high school, like you have to be good with your time and this and that. And then they're like, also, hey, can you do everything? Because I did football, baseball, basketball, and then I also did theater and forensics and choir and band.
Yeah.
So those were all stuff that needed to happen
That's a
after
lot.
school. Yeah, it's
That's
a
a
lot.
lot.
So whenever I got home at 9
Chump
o'clock
change.
at night, they're like, hey, you also have 45 minutes of homework. And I'm like, okay, so I'll do that tomorrow. And then I didn't do it tomorrow.
Yeah, because a brother needs to sleep after
yeah.
having
No, and it
full-time
didn't feel like
jobs
it
worth
had
of-
any me time. So I tried to get the me time in at home.
Exactly.
How can you
talking
have
about
me
jerking off?
time when you're a child? Like, how do you even
You
know what
jerk
that
off.
is?
Exactly. Here's the thing: school has taken it all away. When you end homework.
You do that
Homework's
when you
evil.
sleep.
And that's the
Actually,
thing is they were like, at
You
my
do
school,
that
they're like,
when
oh, we don't have homework. We do have work that takes too long
do
to
that
do
while
in
I
class,
sleep.
so they have to take it home. That's the not. It's not homework. It's just way too much work.
yeah, that bullshit. Like when you get into math class, and she's like, "You're gonna have homework every day," and it's like, "What the hell?"
I thought we talked about this.
I didn't sign up for overtime every fucking day. What the hell?
Dude, it is kid overtime.
It is
It's
kid
exactly what
overtime.
it is. Kid
Yeah.
overtime. I don't give a shit if you're 18 in school. It's kid overtime.
Yeah, it's like,
It
hey,
is-
it's the same amount of work. It's gonna take you longer, and you get no extra anything for it. Credit.
I didn't even. I
Notice-
forgot to give myself a social life in high school. That was the sports and other stuff that I did. That was my social life.
Yeah.
I never
Yeah.
did shit with my friends out of high school.
You were too busy balling out.
I was too
dude.
busy bawling out.
You were trying to go D1.
Okay, we're getting too close to talking about sports. Amos, you should draw a card.
Okay, no sports on the podcast. What's blue again? I'll do blue, whatever. Okay, what's up, Ice? This one's for you. Would you rather be raped or falsely but convincingly accused of rape?
Yo,
Yeah.
That's what it said. I read
This
that
is
correctly, right?
questions.
This is the first
Mine was like,
asshole
hey, what's the
question.
personality trait?
Well, that's
you have?
because- okay.
The second one, hey, do you want to be raped or not?
That's what the blue one is. I should have let him describe it, right?
2 seconds. One, I think someone is banging on the door because we're making loud. 2, Jared, I think the reason for that is that the yellow cards are personal questions. The blue cards are controversial questions. So if you're drawing a blue card, you're going to be asking a controversial question. If you draw a yellow card, it's a personal question.
Okay,
You got
I'll
pink cards that are
remember
romantic
that.
questions,
We'll
green
get
cards
there.
that are intellectual questions, and white cards that are sad questions.
I'll stay away from the white
I'm pretty sure
one.
he did go over that when you were like, "What's asshole?"
I'm sure. I'm not a very good listener.
How do you
I
feel
do
about
like to
false
talk.
but convincing accusations, Maggie?
yeah.
This is actually the first card that I was asked of this game ever. And crazily
Boy, did
enough,
her friend get mad.
wow, I was asked this question 2 weeks after I was raped. My answer stays the same. I would rather be raped than falsely accused of rape.
I'm gonna stay
Now we
silent
know.
on that one. I'll be real with you. I'm
Now
gonna
we
say,
all know.
Yeah, thank you for
Yeah, you're welcome.
bravery and your strength through that question.
Of course. Taylor?
You know, Porky's was made in a different time.
Porky's
It
was
seemed all right at the time. Yeah.
Actually, it was
Everyone was
really
doing
cool at the time. It was also really cool in 3rd grade. I don't know if
I was
you.
good. Yeah, actually, when you
Okay.
were like
Convincing people of rape convincingly. I mean, wait. Go on.
Piggybacking off of that, hey, Jared, what have you done that you're most ashamed of?
Ooh.
This is for posterity.
It's for posterity. What am I most ashamed of?
Yeah, that you've done. What have you done, Jared?
What have you done, buddy?
What?
This episode is brought to you by Rolling Rock. Okay.
I don't know. I think I'm generally a good person, so I don't
Yeah.
have much to be ashamed of.
Well, but if you're a
Righteous.
good person, that means that you feel the most shame when you do bad things. No?
So you felt shame in like normal activities.
I don't. Well,
Don't give him an out.
one
Like
time,
taking shits,
I was
not at
told
work.
by doctors that I had. One time, I was told by doctors that I had a urinary tract infection. So I
Doctors?
I had sex with a lady, and it turned out to be chlamydia.
Oh.
So that was.
You had chlamydia and you were told it was a urinary tract
They're
infection?
like, it's most likely a urinary tract infection. We're gonna do some tests, but it's most likely this. I'm like,
Had you lied to them about being sexually
So you
active?
took the
No,
test,
I took-
but then you didn't wait for the results?
I was gonna say,
that's
that's-
on you, dude.
that's a me thing, and I'm not proud of it, but it happened, and I'm not.
How did you have such a
That's
quick
fair.
turnaround? How did?
Well, the problem is I didn't
He had it on
get tested for a month.
And he was told it was probably fine.
legit, and that's
right.
why I was like, they're like, it's probably fine, it's probably nothing, but we're gonna go ahead. And I'm like, okay.
It starts
And
burning before
they
you
put
see
me on
anything.
medication for UTI, so I was like, oh, it's
Yeah.
most likely a UTI. Then.
Legally UTI.
Most likely a UTI. And then I was
It's
like,
the same medication for chlamydia and UTI, right?
no, doxycycline is a general antibiotic that they do for chlamydia, but they put me on something different for the UTI.
No.
I've been put on doxycycline like 4 different times for like 4 different things.
Interesting.
Me
Yeah.
too.
Really?
It's just a general antibiotic. It's also an anti-malaria drug, so
Really?
Yeah.
I have an immunity to it now. Isn't that
Interesting.
crazy?
I had it. I had
stinks.
acne on my face, and they're like, "Oh, doxycycline. Have you ever taken this?" I'm like, "I have."
Let's get it. Here we
Yeah,
go.
no, I'm not proud of that. I feel like
Hell yeah.
I'd like to apologize, really, if I get the chance.
Well,
but-
if you're watching,
You never
comment
told her?
below if you accept the
Do
apology.
what?
You never told her?
Oh, I did. I dated her for like 2 years after that.
Oh.
period. Then like no harm,
No.
no foul. Come on.
Okay. I was
don't-
like,
don't
I
do it
was told,
again.
I came clean with it. It's not like that's the thing. Is it's not like I held it in.
And that's the most
It's
shameful
just
thing
like-
you've ever done is an accident.
Maggie
I
likes to make
doubt
heroes
that.
out of people.
I
Dude,
don't
I
know.
doubt that.
I'm generally a good person. That's just the thing that comes to mind.
Okay.
Have you ever
Whenever-
stolen anything?
No, I was
You've
actually
never
very
stolen?
anti-stealing.
You ever talk shit about anyone?
Yeah, I definitely am a big shit
Yeah, but he doesn't
talker.
feel
There we go.
shame over that.
That's not. I tell the
Bingo.
truth is the problem.
That's yeah.
If
Based.
I ever talk
You
shit
don't
about
feel
somebody
shame
and
for
then it's
telling the
not
truth?
it doesn't have a smidgen of truth attached to it, then please call me on it.
Hell
Yeah.
yeah, dude. That's really cool.
Yeah, 100%. Maggie, it's your card.
Taylor, what is the best way to build confidence?
Fail. Yeah, best way to build confidence? Yeah, just fail at shit. Fail at shit. Honestly,
yeah.
just realize that the world doesn't end when you fail at shit, and that the second time that you fail at shit, you fail a little less. And yeah,
This kind of goes back to the conversation we were having before
Yeah, let's
all
go.
this started. It was like I was kind of I don't want to say upset, but I've got a gripe with
Mm-hmm.
people going on stage. That you got 3 minutes a day.
Yeah.
You got 3-4 minutes a day to just be on stage and do your shit.
Yeah.
But whenever you're on there, you hate it, and you don't pay any respect to the time that actually goes into doing this
Yeah.
art form. You're just there to go, oh, whatever, and then maybe I'll get laid afterwards. That's the idea behind some comics going on stage.
I feel like the idea behind like what Taylor was explaining too is like that might be why so many old people get married like 6 or 7 times. Like you might say like, "Oh,
I don't
it's
think that's what I
failed
was saying.
5 times. Why would you do it again?" But like you're building so much confidence
that's what
from
I was saying.
all of those failures. I get it. Thanks,
I
Taylor.
think that lays into the why people, because I could talk a little bit. My dad's been married 3 times, and I think what it is an inability to accept that you might be wrong. I think that ties into it.
How does he keep doing it? How is the guy like never change and then he keeps like, well, now I'm married again? Like, that's the part I don't get. Is
like
they,
you're not
never
supposed to change yourself for other people. That's what we tell people.
That is a very
Right?
thing that like Gen X and millennials are always like, oh, never change for anybody. But then I'm being told to go to therapy constantly. So what's up with that?
Because change is
Well, 'cause
good for
theoretically
people.
you should
Because
I'm not being told to go to therapy. I'm not.
Because theoretically, I think the idea behind that is theoretically, if you should be changing, you shouldn't be making that change for somebody else. Because if you're doing it
Right.
based on somebody else pushing back against that thing, you're less likely to actually be addressing the thing that needs to change, because you're going to be
Right.
addressing the symptom that the person who
Right.
wants you to change is bumping up against. And so you're less likely to actually get to the heart of what's causing that, because you're still not being honest with yourself about what's fucking wrong with you. You're just
Yeah.
trying to get this other person to shut up.
I've been through that too. Yeah. I've absolutely been through that where I was
Yeah,
dating a girl and she's like, you need to go to therapy for this
Yeah.
and this and this. Then I go and it's like I'm just trying to fix the things that she thinks is wrong when in reality,
'Cause you want your
it's like, it's
relationship to be
yeah,
better.
because I'd like my relationship to be better, but it's all coming from
Yeah.
Yeah, you don't want to.
I don't. At that point in my life, I didn't really feel like. Part of it was I was being gaslit into thinking I was doing things when I wasn't. Very cool time. But no, it was like, so I went 3 times, and I was just trying to fix things that I wasn't aware was a problem.
Mm-hmm.
I was just doing it to make her happy, and that's not what you want to go into therapy with.
No.
Is
Yeah.
with
Doesn't work.
resentment.
Yeah, if you have resentment, stay the fuck out of therapy. Okay. You're not ready. But also, don't change for people, because if you attach you changing yourself to the approval of a person, then as soon as that person's not around, your change is going to bounce back, and you're going to hate yourself more.
What if you're terrible though? What if like multiple people are?
Yeah,
like,
then you should just be
yeah.
changing because you're terrible.
Change for
here's the
yourself
thing.
because you realize that there's a problem and you aren't happy.
Yeah, that's a good point. Like, you don't going to therapy when you don't feel like you need to go does nothing, because therapy is about working for yourself.
Yeah, just like drug addicts, like a drug addict has to want to get sober
Right.
in order to.
Right. Yeah, it's exactly the same
If
thing.
your mom is like, "Hey, you need to get sober," you're never in your life ever gonna get sober.
It's like
Yeah,
that
it's gotta
salesperson
be-
told BoJack.
Very cool reference.
I agree.
All right, whose turn is it next?
It's yours.
Ooh. I
Draw
chose
one of my
yellow
cards.
last time.
Draw one of my cards.
Yeah, which ones are your?
All
Best
of those.
first
Oh.
crystal ball date and potpourri.
Let's get a crystal ball going on.
I want Taylor to answer. What is your favorite thing to see your preferred sex wearing? What do you wish they wouldn't wear?
Well, that's 2 questions.
Yeah.
Okay, favorite thing to see your preferred sex wearing?
Your preferred sex.
Clothes.
Sex is preferred for me.
You prefer
I'm
them
a
to be
piece
clothed?
of shit. I'm just a.
Yeah, sex is preferred for me.
That's good.
I don't know. I don't know.
Don't look at your phone. Don't look at.
He's
asked you a question.
He's deflecting. What do you
I-
like to see your what's your preferred sex? What a weird way to say that. What are you into?
What's your preferred sex?
What's your preferred sex? Missionary?
90 minutes. No.
Gross. She looked at me like
Doesn't matter.
9 maybe, but
That's funny. I don't know. Long coats are cool. Okay, long coats are cool.
No, you're
we should
deflecting.
see
Is that
less-
real?
less-
Is that a
less,
real thing?
I think it's real.
Less.
you think it's real? Are you into school shooters?
Like the cake
Yeah,
song?
I'm so into. Listen,
the cake? What do you
it's a
like?
good
The
song.
cake song.
What's the cake song?
What do you wish
Girl.
women wouldn't wear?
Is it so? It's women.
What?
Glad to clarify.
You heard
you
it
did
here,
ask that a while
folks.
ago.
Glad to clarify. What do you like to see women wear?
What do I not like to see women
What do you
wearing?
find attractive? What's
think
something
that-
that women wear that you
He
find
said long
attractive?
coats.
Yeah,
I like
it's a
it when
long
they
coat.
don't
What,
wear
what kind of
socks.
long
It's a good
coat?
long coat.
Leather?
Wait, you just-
Canvas?
Who cares?
That's the question.
It depends on the person. It depends on the person.
Any long coat.
If it's winter- if it's winter and you're going for a coat, if you need a coat-
a long coat.
If you need a coat, wear a long one, and the rest just
Why?
what goes with the rest of your wardrobe. Okay,
Why?
Why not? Listen, because
That's the point of the podcast. To
it's
find
aesthetics.
out.
It's is the point of the podcast to find out? I feel like the point of the podcast is to make people uncomfortable, and I feel like I'm succeeding
Long
at that
coats.
because you don't seem very uncomfortable right now.
What do you like? Long coats?
Yeah.
I like it when they're red and long and British. That's my favorite long coat. I like.
Australian,
I like it when
maybe.
they're coming.
It's like the wool. I don't
I like
in
it
the
when they're
winter, it's too
British.
warm.
Two if by sea. I don't
Wait,
know.
so you just like women that are cold?
Yes.
I
Need to huddle up for warmth. No, I don't know. You just yeah.
Wait, is it? I like a long coat.
Okay.
And only a long coat.
We'll
I
finish
like
up.
another long coat with two coats.
He's oddly evasive. I don't know. It seems to make him very uncomfortable.
I like how he
She's
hates
got
that I won't answer the
15
question, but also I can't
pasties.
even. It's good.
it's unexplainable. It's just
It is. It's ineffable.
Yeah.
How do you
He's an
answer a
enigma.
question? With one word. With one word, really.
Yeah. The light bulb
It's
has
two
to want
words.
to change.
Long coat.
Yeah, is it one word? Is it a long coat or a long coat?
Long coat.
What
Yeah.
it-
Does there need to be a belt, like like a trench coat?
It doesn't have to be.
Yeah.
Doesn't have to be.
No.
Are you into Carmen San Diego?
Carmen San Diego. Listen,
Who are you into? I'm into Carmen.
Carmen San Diego.
I've been trying to find that bitch for years.
I probably would have been if I had grown up with Carmen San Diego. Yeah, 100%. Probably would have been into it.
Yeah.
I
would've
thought
been-
Carmen
those would've
San
been some
Diego.
awakenings.
Late
I,
90s,
listen,
man.
I swear to God, I thought Carmen San Diego and Carmen Electra were the same person.
Oh my God.
No.
there can't be two people named Carmen, and one of them's a
True.
cartoon.
There can only be one Carmen.
Only one Carmen.
So true.
Yeah. And then it's
Amos.
San Diego. Oh, it's my turn?
Yeah.
Okay, is this a crystal ball
talking.
question?
Yeah,
You are
that's
Rose.
crystal
I'm
balls.
going to do a crystal ball question. Jared Oshel, this one is for you. Are there any beliefs / habits you hold now that may come back to haunt you in the future? What are they? Do you have any habits that may come back in the future to
Any
haunt you?
habit? Is it just habit?
Beliefs
Have you ever
or
been part of a
habits?
Beliefs or
monastery?
habits? Like, did you join
Beliefs?
like a cult
Any
and
beliefs?
like?
I probably have odd beliefs, mostly because I grew up in rural Kansas. So there are certain things about like how men should act that I feel like stand. And I don't think it's anything like you're a fucking man.
Go on.
You should wear boots and
No,
tuck
not
them
like
in.
you should wear
Short
boots.
coats.
I think it's important. I don't think it's going to come back to haunt me. I disagree with that. I don't think my ideas about the
Sanctity of
importance-
marriage.
He's really
the
a good
sanctity of marriage,
person.
but the important. Shut up. The importance.
What's
of
gonna come back to
masculinity
haunt you?
His pancakes are
He's
amazing.
too good. I mean, he's unhauntable.
Do you have anything that's gonna
Unhauntable.
like hurt yourself in the future?
I
tell us.
find it odd when men wear makeup, but that's like it. That's like the one thing
Oh,
I'm
yeah.
like, that's a little. I get it. I did theater. I get it. I understand
Yeah.
why. But
Clip
at
it,
the same
clip it.
thing, it's also not like, and it's not even like, oh, that's fucking gay. I just find it odd that that's the choice.
Yeah.
That's the one thing
too.
where I'm like, and I hate that it's like,
Me too.
It's a very you too.
Yeah.
Elaborate on that. Like, are you with me? Where it's like, no, I'm a man, but also I like glitter.
Like,
I mean,
but like, have
I-
you seen these eyebrows?
Like, these eyebrows are on fleek, guys.
I understand the urge for like pretty like attractive things and things to do with your hands, but like makeup is invented as like a way for women to find mates and for men to find mates. Like we put on paint and like body dressing to like attract each other and to
Right.
I think it just boils down to like everyone wants to look pretty. You know,
Well,
everyone wants to look
there's
pretty.
plenty of cultures where men wear paint, where like they wouldn't even say makeup, but like it's a facial paint.
yeah.
Yeah,
Right.
Like Gene Simmons.
Yeah, like Gene Simmons. Like if men did makeup like Gene Simmons, I'd allow it. But if
Dude,
it's
what if
not
that
like
took off?
Star Child,
So
then-
if it's not
Happy
like
4th
a
of July, everybody.
woman, like
if it's not, so
it is like a woman.
Here's the thing. Here's the thing. Like when it like James Charles, I hate.
why?
But like drag,
'Cause he kept
I get-
messaging
like,
those
that's the
minors.
thing. With drag, I fully get understand and support drag. But whenever it's just like I'm James Charles and I wear makeup, it's just kind of like
Problematic
It's just,
Instagram
eh.
DMs.
Yeah.
It's just kind of like why?
Yeah.
It's like I like to feel pretty. I'm like okay, all right.
Yeah, I
That's
think
my
you're just
one
not in the
problematic
target
thing.
demographic.
I'm just not. That's really what
And
it
that's
comes
all
down
it
to.
is, yeah.
If it makes you happy, sure, whatever. But for me, it's just like I
Do
don't
you ask yourself
get
the
it.
same question when women wear makeup like that?
Kind of. Well, it's like if it's so over the top, that's where I'm like, dude, what's going on? I guess maybe that's it. If it's
Yeah.
like makeup as a whole, and it's not that I'm anti-makeup. I want to make that very clear. I'm a good person, but.
Well, maybe you should be
I'm a good person.
anti-makeup.
Like you wear makeup.
Well,
If
fuck
someone
you.
wears way too much makeup, that's just like it's just odd to me. Like I can see it. I can see the makeup.
Well,
I
like
can
think
see
about what
what's on it.
makeup is, like what it does. Like why do people wear makeup, and
Right, to
why
co-
do we sell makeup?
Right,
Like,
to cover up to look pretty. I get
well,
it.
because it's a capitalist society, and like this is something that makes a fuck ton of money, and like why would we not keep doing it?
Oh, we're going there,
Is that
huh?
the overall?
And why would we
that
not
is a
start
thing.
marketing it to the
There's
other
a basis
50%
it,
of
and
our
then it's just like,
population?
yeah, but have they made
But
eyeshadow in
that's
this
not
color yet?
obviously-
And that's
That's
like,
just a symptom of the capitalist thought. But
Episode title.
A symptom of the capitalist thought.
Did you just read Karl Marx for the first time?
No.
She just read it for the second time, Jared.
I did not just read it, which is
It's
why I'm
been
having
on my
such a
bookshelf.
which is why I'm having such a hard time formulating my thoughts. I read all of this over a year ago. So anyway, makeup is bad. It's a prison for women's faces.
I don't think it's bad. I don't. That's just my
think it
thing.
is.
Is whenever
Let's lock up more men. Okay.
there's men. Yeah, you know what? If you're a man, and you wear
Let's
makeup.
not.
I hate you, and you're a bad person. That's what you say. Lock up more men.
Yeah.
What does that mean?
Because I said it was a prison for
justice
women's
for-
faces, and he
Oh.
said, "Let's
I don't
lock up
think
more
it's a
men."
I think people like it. I'm not gonna dog makeup. I don't.
I was talking about James Charles because of those Instagram DMs.
I just find it odd when men that identify as men wear makeup.
Yeah.
Like if
That
you're like,
might
I'm a
come back
man,
to
I'm a
haunt
man,
you.
and it's like, oh, we don't have to like conform to these things that society puts before us. I'm like, there's a reason society did that. Is because it was normal.
Hey Maggie, what happened the last time that you tried to lie about something you damaged?
The last time I tried to lie about something I damaged. Okay, so there was this gingerbread house.
How old are you?
This was like this in December.
Nice.
Like,
Last
in December.
time.
Hell yeah.
Like, this was December. It was at work. There was this big gingerbread house decorating contest
Of course.
at work.
Of course. And Maggie came in.
Well,
Spoilers.
my boss and I were running the contest. Everyone was bringing in their houses into our office. I was turning around. I bumped the box. I didn't even bump it off of the desk.
Sure.
I just bumped it, and all of the walls fell apart.
I bumped it real slightly,
It wasn't
just to
even
win the
that
contest.
good looking of a box. Okay?
Oh, of course it wasn't.
It wasn't.
You were gonna win anyways.
Someone worked hard on it, and I felt really bad. And I was like, okay, we can fix this, right? We can do this. But my boss is like, she's very by the book and didn't want to lie and thought that if we told her, if we didn't tell her that we were fixing it, that she would notice. So
Oh, you think she'd be like, what's this speckle of icing in the corner that I didn't put there in the structure?
yeah, exactly. Like we
Yeah.
totally could have done it.
Does this taste like a chocolate orange to you?
It does.
And you're like,
What is it?
Chocolate orange.
it's clear, it's a cup of liquor. It's not a chocolate orange.
Everybody at home, if you want to, if you want to drink that tastes like a chocolate orange, put the grapefruit rose flavored Kettle One vodka into apple juice. Okay.
So it's a chocolate grapefruit. Wait, so where's the chocolate
I don't
come
know,
from?
but it
No,
tastes like a
grapefruit
chocolate
vodka.
orange. I don't know.
From?
I don't know.
Can I taste
Or
it?
no, it's grapefruit vodka.
Amos.
Does someone have a communicable disease?
No, but I don't like.
That's whatever.
Do you have? You might have chlamydia.
I said I had chlamydia. So.
I sure do. Hey, Amos. What? How
I
soon?
sure did.
I sure do. How soon is it acceptable to tell someone you've been dating that you love them?
No fucking idea. Absolutely no idea.
What would, like, if you were dating someone?
Don't know.
Wait, so
Do you have any
told
old
someone
world
you love them?
perspectives on this,
Have you
Jared?
ever told someone you love them?
Oh,
Ever
actually,
been
I
in a
have.
relationship? Okay, so
I've never been in a relationship. I've told someone I love them though. Ooh.
elaborate. It's not your mom.
I don't.
It's okay to say it before you get into
Hey,
the
so
relationship.
I just told kind of a
You're right.
weird thing that happened to me.
different thing.
It's not that
Yeah,
weird.
let's
It's just
start
they weren't.
again.
They weren't into me, you know. And I was
Yeah.
like, I'm into you. I'm into you, you know, and you're not into me.
Did you tell him I'm into you, or did you say I love you? Because that's a difference. That's a big difference.
He texted it.
I can't really remember. It wasn't. I don't think about. I can't. I did say I love you. I did fall in love, and I did say
Basic.
I have fallen in love.
Right, but you weren't dating.
Exactly.
Okay, maybe that's where the disconnect is.
People aren't dating when they fall in love, right? Or are they?
Yeah, and I'd say
You start dating
I
and
would
then fall in
say,
love,
I
or
would
can you fall in
say,
love?
I would say, I like how I put it. I was like, I'm falling for someone is different than like, because that's
Everybody listen to
It's
"Falling in Love at a
different.
Coffee
Well,
Shop" by
what is
Landon
love?
Pig.
no.
Don't hurt
I
me.
think you're right. I just think it's hard to say love when you haven't spent an extensive amount of time with a person, because there's plenty of like infatuation. That's how I would put it. It's like I've been infatuated.
Exactly.
By people.
Yes.
And I want to say, oh, I love you, but really, it's just I'm infatuated with them.
What is infatuation?
Like
Is
I'm
that
so
not-
overcome with emotion, and it's a lot of butterflies, and it's like I have all these feelings.
And
And
why do you feel those butterflies? Isn't it because you love it?
It's
right?
because
you're so enamored by this person.
It's
and
the
you enjoy.
addiction.
It's like the kindling
Dopamine
of
and
love.
serotonin.
Yeah, it's like the
And
kindling. If you want to say love is a
horny.
candle, right?
So love is
infatuation
drugs.
is the lighter. It's gone. Oh, there it is. And it's not with the lighter is a whole thing, but it adds to the flame of love. It's what
But the
starts
lighter
it.
is also a flame.
Right, but it's not always a flame.
Do you see why I'm confused?
You know,
It's not
Lana Del
always a
Rey
flame.
once said that love, I mean real love, is like feeling no fear when you're standing in the face of danger because you just want it so much. And I think that's retarded. But it gives some insight into how retarded people can be when they're writing songs.
Is love even real?
Was that
Like,
you didn't even say anything? You just wanted to diss Lana Del Rey. That added nothing to the
Well, I wanted to
He
conversation.
just
said
you,
something.
but
You're just like, oh, by the way, I fucking hate Lana Del Rey.
No, he would never say that.
Actually, I'm pretty sure he's a big Lana Del Rey fan.
Are you a big Lana Del Rey?
I mean, I just quoted the first line of one of
That's
her,
true. That is way
Cherry.
more Lana Del Rey
from her Lust for Life album,
than I know.
released in
What's
2016.
Song for the Summer, is that Lana Del Rey?
No.
I'm thinking of Cool for the Summer by Selena Gomez.
Yeah, you're thinking of Summertime Sadness.
Summertime Sadness by Lana Del Rey, the best song
Kiss Me
ever
Hard
written.
Before
What
You
the
Go.
fuck?
What's
That's
not.
the best song ever written.
That's the only.
That's not even the best Lana Del Rey song ever written.
joking.
Wait, hang on. Say it again.
What?
Say it again.
Oh, you're gonna be. No, get this in the clip. Everybody get this in the clip. I want to be a voiceover artist. So fucking everybody get this ready.
Let's go.
I was fucking joking. Oh, I thought you were gonna flip it. Flip it.
What?
Are you gonna
No,
clip that? Use
I
it
can't
later?
clip things from here.
No, yes, you can. Grab the
No,
audio.
I need a MIDI
and put it
controller.
back
I'm
in
not
there.
gonna. Yeah, I can.
Jared, grab
Okay.
a card.
Later.
Do what?
can't do that
Grab a
right
card?
now.
Grab a
Look,
card.
We're talking about
YouTube
love. We're
tutorial.
talking about love. So I said I love you to my now girlfriend a month into dating,
okay?
like dating. Like actually, we were seeing each other consistently,
Okay.
and I was being monogamous with her.
Okay. After a month,
Yeah, after a month.
is that an extensive amount of time?
Yeah, a month is an
month?
extensive amount of time.
You know-
for me, some people would say that's way too early, but for me, it felt right, and it was a feeling I had, and the feeling was reciprocated. So,
That helps.
yeah, yeah.
that helps a lot.
Sorry, but the feeling was reciprocated. Reciprocated.
You know, Lana Del Rey once said that love, I mean, heal love, is like smiling when the firing squad's against you and you just stay lined up. Yeah. And I think that that's
Did
a
you
little
just
bit
have a
closer to
fucking
being on the
stroke?
ball.
What was
but
that? He was
like,
it's,
it's gotta come. It's gotta happen.
No,
I'm just quoting.
Alcohol,
I'm
baby.
just quoting. Listen to the song "Cherry" by Lana Del Rey from her "Lust for Life" album from 2016.
And if you go to Cherry by LanaDelRey.com, you can get 15% off.
Cherries.
Would you use the code MARBLES?
Lana Del Rey is giving us no money.
In my opinion.
Subtitle.
You know how much you've talked about her, and she's giving us zero money.
Lana Del Rey,
She doesn't
if I
even know
don't
you
get
exist.
$500 from you.
Lana
All
Del
right.
Rey, please. I know you've gotten 2 streams off of this.
Oh my god, yeah, Lana Del Rey. I fucking love Lana Del Rey. I started listening to Winona Judd again.
Why?
She was on Kill Tony. Like she just watched it and I was like, I don't watch Kill Tony a whole bunch, but she was on. I was like, oh, I forgot how much I fucking love Winona Judd. My mom was a big Winona fan. I started listening to it and it's fucking fantastic. Super Christian. I'm into it.
Is that a singer?
Winona Judd?
I don't know who Winona Judd is.
It's
Yeah,
a
Winona
comedian.
Judd.
I'm guessing it's a
You ever
comic.
watched
Explain.
Lilo and Stitch?
I have.
You ever heard Hunka Hunka Burnin' Love at the end, sung by a woman?
I have. I couldn't.
That's Winona Judd.
Oh, gotcha. Okay.
You ever watch Extreme Makeover
Isn't it just
Home
called
Edition?
"Burn in Love"?
I have not.
What'd I say?
Hunka hunka, burn in love.
Hunky Hunky Burn in Love.
Honky Burning Love.
All right, Maggie.
read the
I'm gonna take one of those here in a bit.
Yeah.
Are you already 2 down?
I'm pretty sure, yeah. I am. I'm already 2 down.
Don't count.
Hey, hey.
Hey, we don't count all BS around here, okay?
Jared, just chill.
All right. What?
What?
What am I doing?
You're being chill.
I'm in trouble.
You can ask me how many sandwiches I ate today. Okay, go. Come on.
How many?
5. Okay.
Okay, that's 5. Maggie, what would be the most embarrassing thing someone could find snooping in your medicine cabinet? Or what lover of a friend would you most want to hook up with and why? What lover of a friend? What
Those
lover
seem
of a
very
friend?
unrelated.
That's a very odd question.
Yeah, you're supposed to choose one.
Okay,
Oh, you're not
all
supposed
right.
to say both of them. How about you choose one?
Yeah, you choose
I'm
one.
sorry, I'm throwing audibles.
Will you pick a different card? Will you pick
Oh, I'm sorry. I'm sorry, Maggie. Do you not like the extreme personal questions deck?
I don't like having to choose.
Sure.
Where have you had to pee that you were most embarrassed about?
Ooh. Oh, so when I was in high school, I was in the National Poetry Out Loud competition. And I was representing the state of Nebraska. When I get nervous, I drink a lot of water, like a lot of water. I had to get up to pee 4 times during my regional competition, which was 15 people. Yeah, that was pretty embarrassing. I'm pretty sure everyone was like looking at me and thinking that I was being really disrespectful. I just had to pee so fucking bad. Yeah, that's it. That's
And you
it.
peed where exactly?
In a bathroom behind stage.
Oh, okay. It's not crazy.
Did you get any on your pants?
Peed in a bathroom?
Yeah.
It's the most shameful place that you've ever had to pee.
Yeah.
In a bathroom?
Yeah, no, I was very embarrassed because I kept having to like get up and walk out of the
no, yeah.
auditorium.
Oh,
I
I
get
get
it.
it. I get it.
Yeah.
We've all peed in bottles on the road.
That's not. I don't.
That's
think
not very
Because we
shameful.
all
That's
like
not
to believe that
embarrassing.
we're
Alone.
truckers.
That's not embarrassing.
You've never peed in like
Yeah.
anything that wasn't a toilet?
I have, but that's not embarrassing. You do what you gotta do.
Yeah, a lot
Okay,
of
no,
times
I
you're
want
alone.
that story.
Why would you be?
Why?
This isn't because
Amos, I think it's your card.
Story. The story
like
where
what you gotta do
peed
what you gotta do. Like I don't know. That's I guess
Just
not
pee in
embarrassing.
the grass. What?
Yeah.
I'm not embarrassed.
Yeah, okay. I've done that. One time I peed at a family softball game.
And who didn't?
Everybody was on the field and I just turned around and peed in the grass.
Oh, just like mid-play?
Interesting.
Like a
Like-
fly ball came next?
Like we were
after
just in
your-
a field playing like wiffle ball and shit, and
Damn.
I was like, "Oh, I gotta pee." And I went around and peed. And everyone's like, "Yo, what the fuck?" And I'm like,
I bet.
I don't know what you're talking about. This is how I do things around here." And
They're animals. I will-
probably should have got tested as a kid.
For
what?
chlamydia.
For chlamydia.
I think it's your turn to choose.
You could have
It's
gotten
my
it
turn to
anytime.
choose. I'm gonna go with this one. This
Sticks
one's
with you.
been eyeballing me. All right, Taylor.
Yes.
The first time, ... you theorized death. That's what it says. The first time you
time I
theorized
theorized
death. I mean, how many hits of acid and how many? What is?
I wish that I had waited to theorize death until I did acid, Amos. Okay.
Okay, then when was the first?
Yeah, the first time I theorized death, that's a good point. That's a good point. Because, like, when you're growing up, you think about death, but you're not really thinking with your thoughts, right? Because you've already been told, right? You've already been told. It's not your theory. You've been told what happens, right? And so you're thinking about death and you're thinking about what you've been told happens. And so, like, but, like, the first time you actually decided, hey, what do I think happens?
Yeah, what
do I
did you
is
think
gonna
then?
happen? I don't know.
yeah.
So, yeah,
When
no, I
was
probably
that?
would have been, I don't know. I was probably like 19 in Lawrence on a swing set.
19?
Yeah.
Wait, why were you in Lawrence?
Because I was tripping acid on a swing set.
how many hits of acid? That's what I asked.
What else? Are you gonna do?
Because I was living in Lawrence
I
with my
think that's what
girlfriend at the
most
time.
people are doing in Lawrence right now.
Yeah, no, but it's just,
That
I don't
seems
know.
like a long time. 19 years to be
19
like,
years, yeah.
what happens when you die?
I grew up in church. I didn't have my own thoughts on death
That's
for a very long
probably
time.
where I
almost.
started having massive panic attacks about it. So,
Are you serious?
I wasn't having panic attacks about it.
I would have full blown, and this is whenever I was a child. I would
Really?
have panic attacks about what happens when you die.
Interesting.
Just like my grandma died, and I just didn't feel like I had any closure about it.
I've never been super
So it
nervous
was like,
about it.
and,
What the
and I
hell's
grew
that?
up. I grew up Catholic, but like at like 6 years old,
Yeah.
I was like, "Oh fuck, what if it's nothing?" And it was like that my entire life. And I would have these like all the time until I was like I haven't had one in a while. Probably like 2020
Yeah.
You're due.
was like 2020, 2021 was like the last one I had.
Yeah.
And that's whenever I kind of did a lot of work. And I feel like over time I've done a lot of work of trying to come to terms with, living for now is a lot more important than what happens after, which is why a part of the reason I started doing stand-up and getting back into it, because I was like, we go around for once for sure.
Absolutely.
Like, why
Yeah.
not do everything that I want to do?
Absolutely.
Oh yeah.
And at least like try and do something
Yeah.
and not just like
Yeah.
work.
And if I'm not enjoying it, why do I keep doing it?
Yeah.
Like, I'm gonna do things that I love to do, be with people that I love to be around. I'm not fucking around with it, And I've taken a lot from a lot of different things. I've had a lot of different. I don't want to say teachers, but that's not. But I take from not mentors. No, I've heard honestly, Pete Holmes's idea and his ideas about his thoughts on death were the same thoughts that I was having, so I got into a lot of the stuff that he was reading into.
hack.
Like,
No, I'm kidding.
I'm a huge fan of Pete
Ram Dass.
Holmes.
Pete Holmes is
by
the
way.
shit. I love his book.
Pete Holmes.
A lot of, and dude, I felt a lot of the things that he's talking. I was in him
Ron
whenever I was
Dass
a
had some
kid.
problematic Instagram DMs. No,
Shut the fuck up.
he actually did shit. Okay.
But stuff like Ram Dass and getting into like I bought a Bible again and started. I want to go through it and like look at it theologically and like metaphorically, because growing up it was all, and Catholicism goes into metaphorical meanings of stuff a lot, but I got into that a lot too, where I was like, if I'm reading something, it probably isn't written down word for word exactly what it means. Like, what's the deeper meanings of things? Because these are all, a lot of these stories are told throughout many different religions. They're just stories to help us get by, if that's what you want to think about it.
To make you feel comfortable
It's,
until
not even to feel comfortable, but they're all parables. They're all to teach a lesson.
I like to do that
That's
with
what
The Office.
That's what,
To
if you
control
look at every
people.
book of the Bible, it's all to teach a lesson. Leviticus gets a little weird.
To tell you how to do
But-
what they want you to do.
Other than that, it's like, how do we look at the world? How are we seeing everything?
No, he's the good shepherd, and he's hurting you. Okay.
And actually, it's the ball of fire.
Yeah. No, when
the sun,
Moses saw a
definitely.
big burning bush, what was it? It was him coming to terms with everything. So
You don't have to read it.
Terms with death and life all at once, and it was hot, and it burned him in the face. If you want to look at it like that, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like
Hey.
if looking at God and facing everything all at once would be like a giant ball of fire.
I saw that movie. That was good.
Because it's the sun.
Scene with the
It's the
rocks
sun.
on the cliff,
Because
man.
it's the sun.
Make you cry. Amos, what do you daydream about?
What do I daydream about?
Yeah.
Food and
Oh, yeah.
women. That's it. That's it. I'm sorry. I hate if
What are
that's.
the women doing?
I think I might be the movie Porky's. Just food, a lot of food, and women too. I daydream about women often. It's
food-
the honest answer. It's
What
just
food have you been thinking about recently?
I've been into sandwiches recently. Like
Any sandwich?
Yo, well, here's
Think
the
of
thing.
any sandwich, I'm into it.
I am, okay? Reuben, sub sandwich, whatever. But I've been making sub sandwiches, okay? And they're delicious.
What,
I'll-
you been making them?
Two
yeah,
genders.
You're not just like thinking about going through like a sandwich cookbook and being like, I really like that.
no.
No, that's really cool too.
I know what's good.
Holy shit, that's also good.
I know what would be good on a sandwich. I know there needs to be
I believe
meat
you.
and cheese.
I believe you.
Exactly.
That wasn't a factor. It was just, no, I believe you.
Yeah.
No, I believe you.
I know what goes on a sandwich. You need meat and cheese.
Look at
Meat
me.
and cheese
I
and-
also know what goes on. I've been going to
Yes.
Subway a lot recently.
You need an acid, like, you know.
Salt, fat, acid, heat.
Salt, fat, acid, heat. That's
Great
what-
book by,
You need the 4 things.
Fuck, who was it by as a
Shaggy.
chef?
I know exactly what you're talking
Salt,
about.
fat-
Don't know the chef. It was like a
God.
Netflix series, like a mini series.
There's a net, and then she also has a cookbook.
She also had a
called,
book. Yeah.
Salt, fat, acid, heat. I can't
Those are the 4
remember that.
things. If you
Reba
put them together
McEntire.
and put them in your mouth, they will make your brain
No, and
do backflips.
that's the cornerstones of all good food. Is
Exactly.
salt, fat, acid, heat.
Taylor,
Exactly.
how would you like to spend 6 uninterrupted hours with your best friend?
6 uninterrupted hours with a best friend. Probably
Isn't that-
interrupting each other.
Isn't that what you're doing right now?
This is a 2-hour show.
We've been here 10 hours.
And you're
please.
here.
It's just the Lotus Eaters for me. This is just, we've been here for 7 years.
You're never leaving.
What was in that beer? No. If it's 6 hours, it's probably going to be some walking, some TV, some talking about something, some food, and yeah, that's probably it. Maybe some drugs. I don't know.
You play games
Nice.
with your
I
friends?
started golfing with one of my best friends.
Thomas
I
Hughes,
was supposed
shout out.
to.
Come on
No,
the show.
it was not Thomas Hughes. What the fuck? He's a good friend of mine. But one of my buddies from high school, I want to get in golf, and he started golfing. We were supposed to golf together this morning, but he never showed up. So I golfed 18 holes by myself and lost 25 balls and hit like a 120. So
Did you hit anything into the water? Did you like?
that is only what I hit. Like,
Terrible.
I definitely hit one. There's the thing.
Another
is
slice. No!
It was a beautiful shot. It was like one of the only beautiful shots that I had today, and it just went right into the water,
Damn.
right into the edge.
Just 325 feet.
And I
right
just
into
went
the
ahead.
water.
I went ahead and placed that right where it would have been in land, right next to the hole.
Yeah.
And I got a bogey.
You
so
said, "Fuck it, I'm gonna keep going." That's a mulligan. All right.
I probably took about 17 mulligans today.
Really?
Like there was at one point where I was hitting it and it'd go 7 foot on the ground, and I'd just pick it up and walk it back, and there were people behind me just being like, "Are you? This
You're
guy
like,
just."
"Hey,
and
can
I'm
we
like,
please play through.
"I'm fucking trying something. I'm trying something new." You're like, "Hey, there's no rules.
Oh, yeah.
There's no rules."
Okay. Yep. Well, Maggie's gone to the bathroom. There's a version of the podcast where you have to gossip about the person that goes to the bathroom. Hey, Jared, what was the first time that you remember meeting Maggie Harris?
Murphs, I think.
Oh, yeah.
She was hanging out with some comics at Murphs because she started it up. Started doing
yeah.
comedy. That's whenever I first saw her.
Nice, nice.
In Lawrence, Kansas, whenever I was swinging on a swing, tripping on acid.
Hell yeah. What were your first impressions of
wasn't
Maggie Harris
sure.
while you were on a swing tripping on acid?
I've never done acid, but I have done swings though.
Done plenty of swings.
Plenty of
in my
swings.
Tripping on swing
day. I
sets.
like a good swing.
She was fun.
Nice.
I never really talked to her much until recently, but
Gotcha, yeah.
yeah.
Yeah. Amos, you remember where did you first
I'm gonna
run into Maggie
honestly
Harris?
kind of the exact same experience,
Nice.
except at the comedy club,
Gotcha,
just
gotcha.
in Kansas City.
That's what it was. It was like I saw her, I knew her, and I'd see her every now and then. It's like, you're married to Taylor?
that was like 2 weeks ago.
Well, that was probably not true
That was
until
2
after
weeks
you'd
ago. I
met
was
her.
like,
That probably, yeah.
Yeah.
How long have you been married? Like 6 months ago?
2 months.
Yeah.
2 months.
You guys have only been married for 2 months?
2 months in.
So how do you feel about the
Tomorrow.
sanctity of marriage?
Yeah.
2 months tomorrow. What?
How do you feel about the sanctity of
Define
marriage?
sanctity.
I don't know. Look it up in the dictionary. The sanctity of marriage,
Why?
the specialness of marriage.
The specialness? Well, it's
How is it so
definitely-
special?
the, like-
How is marriage special to you?
The rules.
It's a symbol of
What are the-
permanence.
That's the sanctions of marriage.
Exactly. What are the rules for you? You've established with your one person, right? The
Yeah, it's a
sanctity of
gestured.
marriage?
Yeah, it's a gestured symbol of permanence. It's a bonding ritual. It's a hey. You're going to be a permanent fixture. I'm going to be a permanent
have a bonding
fixture.
ritual?
Till divorce
What was
do
your
us
bonding
part.
ritual?
Getting married, probably.
Or an annulment.
This is me talking to Taylor for 45 minutes before this started up. Was him going, that's how. And I'm like, what?
Yeah, that's me talking to most people. Viewers understand. People ask me questions about things, and I say words.
You're like a host that we know nothing about, and that's my favorite kind of host. You're like an NPR host.
You know, Lana
You're
Del
like,
Rey once
"That's what the
said,
glasses are for."
"But you're just a man. It's just
Hiding
what
that
you do."
soul back there.
Oh my god. My ass is too big to fit in this chair. We definitely had these chairs growing up.
That's hot.
Yeah.
These specific ones we had.
And I appreciate you letting me use them for my podcast.
Yeah, thanks for getting rid of them,
I've been taking very
Now we're using them on the podcast, dumbass.
I'm sorry.
I got what I wanted from you. I got what I wanted from you, and now I can stop acknowledging you.
That's right. You can leave, and we have the chairs.
Yeah, you're not running a show anymore. You don't have chairs. Piss off.
Control the chairs,
Listen,
control the
what you don't know is
universe.
they're rare, all right?
They're
Go on eBay.
rare. They're rare chairs.
Hey, Jared, it's your card.
chairs. Is it my turn?
It is your card.
It's Jared's card.
Which one should I pick? This one, this one, this one,
That one.
this one?
Do that one.
It's Friday.
Which one is this one?
Friday.
Gotta get down on Friday.
Everybody's
That's
looking forward to the
date
weekend.
cards. Date
Friday.
cards.
Weekend.
Taylor, are you more of a leader or a follower? How do you know?
I don't know. I feel like I know I'm not a follower, but I also feel like to call myself a leader implies that I like am leading people in like toward something. Like I feel
I
like
don't think a leader would go.
Are you a self-starter?
no.
Are you only doing stuff because other people are doing it?
Yeah, I do things because I look behind me and there's people following me and they say, "Where are we going?" And I say, "Oh fuck, we have to go somewhere." You know.
You're like that Tim Robinson sketch.
I'm exactly like that Tim Robinson sketch.
Now? I don't know. I didn't think this far.
Yeah, oh yeah. I got too popular.
I got a podcast. So I don't know what to do with it.
Party sucks. I got too popular.
Episode title. Tim Robinson, come on the. Never mind.
Come on the show.
Is he that giant dude? Is he the
He's
guy
pretty
with,
tall.
All female
Is he the
episode.
really big guy with
January.
the
What? Hold
July
on.
2015.
Is Tim Robinson to you?
I don't know. Is he the giant guy?
He plays in the NFL, right? Tim Robinson?
I don't know. I don't know who Tim Robinson is. He a speaker? He's,
Remember
he's
those,
like a
showed you.
motivational
remember those
speaker
sketches
guy.
that we showed
no,
you
no,
that
no.
you stared blankly at and said, "I guess."
You
That's
laughed
Tony
very
Robbins.
loudly at.
That's Tony Robbins. He's 8 foot tall and has
Okay.
a brick for a face.
I gotta
Tony
figure out a
Robbins.
way to
Giga
make
Chad.
money on this. I really want to.
That's right.
I think
That's
you should
Tim
like
Robbins.
Tim
He
Robbins.
found
I
it.
got
Yeah.
you. Okay.
Yeah.
You know
okay.
the thing how like everybody
What was
is
that?
basing their comedy off
Robinson.
of Tim Robinson right now?
Yeah.
That
No, it wasn't.
absurdist kind of just feeling your feelings extra hard.
Yeah. Like in public.
That's all. Tim Robinson does not get enough credit. He's very popular right now because of that show. He does not get enough credit because he is creating. He is a culture creator right now in the terms of comedy of what people are funny. Because all that stuff is anything you look on TikTok or anything, it stems back to something that Tim Robinson did on that show.
Yeah.
It is incredible how much of an impact that show has had, and I don't think it's getting
in a
talked
relatively
enough.
short span of time. Like, it was really quick.
I think it
short.
came out 2019.
Yep.
I loved it. I loved Tim Robinson whenever he was on SNL. I loved him, and then I was like, oh, he has a show on Netflix.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
And then it's like, oh, this is one of the
best
show I've
things.
ever
It's
seen.
hilarious.
Because
every clip I've seen of it, it's hilarious.
you've never watched the show completely.
I've never watched the show completely.
Dude, you gotta get on that.
I know. There's a
You
lot
gotta
of
get on
shit.
that.
I haven't watched movies or TV in a long time.
You gotta watch that. You gotta watch Smiling Friends. Those two shows.
No.
Smiling
Those two
Friends.
shows.
Smiling Friends is great. You can
yeah.
diss it all you want, but Smiling
How do you
Friends
not
is
like Smiling Friends?
I just don't care about it.
I don't have
it's
Netflix.
good. It's hilarious.
I don't go for
think
you
it's on
for
Max.
comedy advice,
Isn't
so
it
I
on
get
Max?
it.
I don't want to talk about where it is. Hey, Jared, have you
He
drawn a
already drew a
question?
card.
You
It's
just did. Amos, it's your turn.
It's my turn. Okay, I'll do this one.
So is this a podcast where we don't talk?
We thought you
just
had been
ask
asked a question.
Yeah.
How many? Okay, I gotta pick a person. Jared, this is
Yes.
for you. How many creative projects are you working on right now? What are they? This is actually
That's a really good question because,
Yeah,
like, Tim
what are they?
Robinson really no.
Creative projects right now, it's just stand up. I have
yeah,
ideas of starting another show again in Lawrence. I have ideas of when I want to do that, but it was
Just doesn't want to compete with Big Nick.
Like a stand-up show, like a.
Well, I don't want to give too much away, but essentially, like everyone's doing a stand-up show, right? Everyone's doing a stand-up show.
You should do a
Yeah.
sketch show.
I want to do a variety show. I want to do a comedy variety show, which was the initial thought that I had whenever I started the show at Empire. What I wanted the first show to be was a comedy variety show because there are so many people around that don't do stand-up that are very funny.
Yeah.
That's improv, that's sketches, that's music, and I also just want, like, part of it is, like, I just want a 15-minute set from a band.
Yeah.
I was
Okay,
like, I just
yeah.
want it to be a fucking rocking. I want it to be
Hell yeah.
a rock party.
Just everyone's having a good time.
Everyone's just that's what I care about the most whenever I'm putting on a show is everybody having a good fucking time.
That's
because I
absolute
think
number
people
one.
people get so caught up, especially in stand up around here, is they're like, yeah, this is really for us. This is for us to get 20 minutes, 15 minutes, 10 minutes worth of time. And there's a place for that, and I understand that. I want to run a show where it's a fucking party.
I want the people to be entertained.
Exactly. I
Like,
care.
This is more about the people
and
than
part of that is probably because I was raised in theater and in music, and I just want people to be entertained.
I thought you were gonna say Catholic.
I was also raised Catholic. That's a very entertaining mass. I don't know if you've ever seen any
A lot
of
of
the
fanfare.
the special. There's a lot of fanfare in Catholicism.
A lot of little boys.
a lot of
That's all right.
the
Well,
smoke deal.
lot
Their
of music.
voices are so
there's
high.
a lot
of
of. I
music.
just want it to be. I want to do
don't need any
a
women.
show. I want it to be everything. I want it. I want people to go and go.
don't want 'em.
I want to go back because I know it's going to be something different.
Jared Oshel,
Yeah,
he's
that would be
bringing
tempting.
vaudeville back.
Legit. Yeah.
Yeah.
I want. That's the kind of show I want to do. And TM. That's what that is.
Yeah.
I don't know. That's
So
just a
don't
thought.
anybody start any variety shows.
That's just a thought. I don't know, and I want it to be different. That's it. I just want it to be different.
I was just picturing you doing like a little
'Cause-
ground kick while you say that. It's-
What?
Can there be a magic
I want it to be
lantern
different.
section?
A what?
A magic lantern section?
Hell yeah.
What is a magic lantern?
Where
It's
you
like
rub
an
it.
old time. Yeah, it's like an old timey like pre-animation dealy where you like have like glass slides that you like put behind a lamp, and then it like
Oh,
it's like
I know what you're
shadows
talking
on the
about,
wall.
and
Yeah.
it moves.
Yeah.
There'll be one of those. We'll
Entertaining
have
as
glass-
fuck. That's what I heard. Yeah.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
But yeah, no, I still have no. It's just a thought right now, and I've been thinking about it a lot, and I want to figure out a way to put it together. And a lot of it would be the venue, because the venue matters a lot for that kind of
Yeah.
continuity and fluidity that I want with it.
Yeah.
Is I want it to constantly be moving, because I don't want any dead air. I don't want any dead air.
Yeah.
Me either,
That's
dude.
fair.
Amos, what was the first time you felt sexual attraction?
First time I felt sexual attraction. It was in middle school, definitely. This girl let me touch her leg, and that was nice.
Wait, why'd she let you touch her leg?
I don't know. She was just cool about it.
Did she just say, "Hey,
was
touch my leg"?
I
'Cause she had
shaved
just
last night.
shaved.
Touch my leg. Literally.
Yeah. I'm so smooth.
Yeah. And I was like, this is the greatest thing I've ever done in my life. I'm peaking in 8th grade. This sucks, but it's awesome.
She just listened to Mitski, you know? It
Yeah.
was-
Yeah. So,
Have any
8th
of
grade.
you ever
Seventh, 8th grade.
like been a close or around
I've been close.
a woman from Brazil?
from Brazil.
There's a comic from Brazil, I think, or maybe she's from Peru.
I'm not sure.
She's been what's the context
I
of
know
that?
they probably don't
Well,
shave.
I
in
have a friend
Brazil.
who's talking about his girl from Brazil that he's been seeing, and she shaves like the bottom half of her leg below the knee, and she also shaves her entire like private area, but the upper half of the leg she doesn't shave at all.
Interesting.
And it's very hairy.
Oh, it's
I
very
feel like
hairy?
I've heard of this before.
Interesting.
So she shaves everything but the thigh?
But her It's
called a Brazilian.
Yeah. No.
Why is
Interesting.
does her partner like it? Does like
Yeah, no, I don't think so.
does everyone like it, or is there a reason?
I
that
was
Brazil's
thinking,
like this
I
and
was
not-
like, oh, does she have like bigger thighs? Maybe it's to prevent chafing. But he said that she doesn't have big thighs, so I don't know.
fuck it. She's like,
I was just wondering if
Comment
that was
below
a
if you're
thing.
Brazilian.
thigh.
I've never.
Yeah.
Oh, to all of our Brazilian audience, if you could just comment below with your shaving
your
routine.
take?
What's your
What's
Like-
the percentage of hair on your thigh right now?
yeah?
From 1 to 100%.
It might just be a convenience thing. I know I fucking hate shaving the back of my thighs.
Yeah,
Maybe
Like, I've
it's just
saved
like
a
this
hell of
is
a lot
the
on
only
shaving cream.
part that I'm not gonna show. Like I'll wear midriff shirts, I'll wear dresses.
That
and
could be
stuff
it.
But
to
then
the
why
knee.
shave your pussy?
I'm not gonna speak
it's a-
to that. I don't.
it's a
It's like a whole thing.
high attention area.
I guess
Yeah.
Chafing.
it can.
Well, it's
Shaving.
because
It
you don't
keeps
see
things
the
out of-
thighs in the dark.
What
Fair.
You just don't.
You just.
You ever see a thigh?
for today?
You ever seen a thigh in the dark?
You have the lights on?
No, you haven't.
I just have that lamp with the picture that goes around and around.
I have a halogen. Like,
I've got a moonlight.
I've got a solar lamp.
Taylor, talk about one of your bad habits. When did it start?
What's a bad habit? I don't know. I don't fucking know.
When did you start smoking?
I started smoking when I was 17. I was a freshman in college, and I was dating somebody who smoked. So that's how that happens, you know.
Yes.
That's nice.
They
17. That's early.
yeah,
That's early to start
We would
smoking.
go to the prayer trail at the college, and because that's where they can't see you. And we would
prairie
smoke-
trail?
The prayer trail.
Where'd you go to college?
Mid American Nazarene University.
Are you Nazarene?
No.
Okay. All right. No, I got a letter
I just
from
live
a
close to
Wesleyan
Olathe.
University.
Someone
and an
asked me if I
interest
went to
in
Haskell
baseball.
once.
Nice.
Do what?
Someone asked me if I went to Haskell once, and I was like,
Because you're wearing the Chiefs hat?
Stop it. I was like, dear God, no, they would not let me. I'm surprised I'm here on campus right now.
I live right by Haskell, weirdly enough.
Yeah,
You guys don't know where that is.
Nope.
You know where that is.
He probably does.
he probably does. He lived in Lawrence.
Oh, yeah, you lived in Lawrence?
I lived in Lawrence.
Now you live here?
Now you live here.
No. I've lived in a lot of places.
Oh, yeah, you were doing
They're all
accent
very close
wrestling.
together.
He
Texarkana.
drives a lot of places. He drove a
He's
lot.
a driving man. I feel like you swing your feet when you drive.
Are you the kind
That's
of person?
rude.
Do you drive an automatic
That's
with
my
both feet?
husband.
Do you hit the brake pedal with your
He only
wrong
swings
foot?
his feet when I drive.
That's funny.
You got your hand on his side?
That's pretty funny. You should get. Yeah. Did the camera get? Oh, no, it didn't because you cut off.
It didn't. It's
too
okay.
low.
That's
We'll
sad.
just
I'm
go
not gonna-
over it. Wait for
I'm
it.
not
He
gonna
stuck
bring
his
my
leg out like he
rippers
was
out.
If
driving
you
a
subscribe to the Patreon, we'll give you the version where you can see the bottom half of the screen and you can see everybody's legs and
There's
you
an
know how we
extended
shave.
If you go to allthemarbles.com and type in code FEET, you can see my pics.
yeah. I got some up there too.
Yeah.
Yeah. My girlfriend hates my feet. Do you like his feet?
Subscribe to the tier 2 and you can write questions for the show.
Not into feet. No.
It's
Actually,
not that
that's a
you're
good
into
idea.
it. It's just that
No, I
She's
don't
never
like.
seen 'em.
I think I have man feet. She
I've
thinks
never
I
seen
have a disease.
I've seen him.
That got no response.
Do you have a disease?
Okay.
Don't show me
Do
your
you
feet.
have a-
Take a card. I don't want to see it.
Jared, remain quote.
I got.
He's already. Are you already sockless? I'm pretty sure.
I came in with
He has
fucking sandals on.
Oh, pick it
Oh,
up. Come
yeah,
on.
your feet
Get the
are
puppies
fine.
up here.
What do you think?
Hey,
You're
Jared.
just-
Like, what do you think?
I mean,
Oh
if
my
you're confident
God.
enough
Ooh,
to
I'm
wear them
cramping.
out just like that, then I
Yeah.
think you're good.
You're like,
Yeah.
you
I
have,
don't think it fucking matters
they're
what
my
your
feet.
feet look like.
you have pale skin.
Yo, I'm cramping right now.
Your
Do you
feet
see
are
that?
normal.
Yeah, you should take your feet down
your
and draw a
foot down.
card.
Is pale skin bad?
Ow. Yo, I'm straight up cramping in my foot right
It's
now.
just easier to see irritation.
Subscribe to the Patreon for the footage of me disinfecting the dresser after the show.
It's not bad. It's just that
It's
one of my
not
toes
infected.
has 2 separate nails. Is that bad?
Draw a fucking card, or we're skipping
Damn,
you.
come away and draw a card.
I'm so sorry. My foot is
No, you're
cramping
not.
real hard right now.
You draw a card.
So this is gonna be ow. It's gonna be out this way. What's this one? Oh, these are the sad ones.
Those are sad
Hey,
cards.
Amos, how do you heal from painful experiences? How do you know when you're done healing?
Oh, God damn it. Well, what you do is, and this is, a therapist told me this, you should stuff it way down inside and not tell anyone ever. If you have, what is it, bad feelings or what is
What
a bad experience? Tell no one. Stuff it way down inside. Tell no one. Let it kill you. Let it affect your heart and let it kill you. That's my.
How do you know when you're finished?
How do you know when you're finished? You're not. You just die that way. You just however long you can handle it. That's how long it lasts, and then you die.
Hell yeah.
There it is. That's what I know.
It's your card.
Thank you, Amos.
Oh, it's my card.
Yeah, it is.
Okay, what do I do? Well, I'll do this one. Okay, Ice. This one's for you, Ice. Best hypothetical blunt rotation. Can you get out? Are you good?
Whoa. Okay. So
Do you
I
smoke
get,
weed? You
I
don't
get-
really smoke weed, do
Yeah,
you?
I like to smoke weed. It has to be.
No more than 5 people.
Okay, no
Oh,
more
I'm
than
sorry. I
5
didn't know
people.
there were parameters.
I get
Yeah.
really silly
handling it
goofy.
right.
I get really silly goofy. So it'd have to be people that are like I know are super chill about that and can maybe meet me where I'm at. But before I get into this, we have this tradition on the podcast.
Oh, we
where
have
when
to-
we have to talk about the first impressions that we got from Taylor when we met him. Amos, you want
He
to
was
start?
doing this with you.
Yeah.
That is what we do.
That's what they do. Now I know not to take a piss when
I
I'm on
feel
the
like I
podcast.
need to go take a piss so I can see what people say about me. I'm gonna. Sorry, what was our first impressions of
Yeah.
Taylor? Spastic. Is that a word you can
Fair.
say
What was your
anymore?
first interaction with him?
I don't even remember. I think I saw him do stand up a couple times, and I thought he was from Topeka, and he was, I don't know, we were probably just hanging around, and I legit cannot tell you the first time that I met him.
Interesting. How about
Yeah.
you?
I can't really remember the first time I met him, but a very early experience I had with him was like I was taking pictures. I was getting really into like film photography at the time or whatever. I was taking pictures, and he was in a picture, and I was taking a picture of Alec, but Alec was talking to Taylor.
Okay.
And then like he was just in the picture, and then like eventually like I'm pretty sure I sent it to him, and I was like, hey, you're in this picture, so
Yeah.
here you go, you know.
Cool.
And that was kind of like a first.
That's how it all started. What do you
Yeah.
think of him?
You know, cool dude, you know. After I started talking to him, I was like, you know, he's probably a lot like me. We probably like a lot of the same shit, you know.
Hell yeah.
Neurotic and crazy and, you know,
Part of it.
part of it. We both like drugs.
That's probably it. I probably first saw Taylor whenever he was high. He's done that a lot. You smoke crack? Oh my god, there's so many swords right here. Why is this the first time I'm seeing this?
There's a sword collection.
There's so many swords. Why are
There's
there
a couple
so many
of rapiers.
swords?
I think there's a sport involved.
Oh fuck! Don't do that.
Oh god.
Don't rapier me.
I'm gonna rapier you.
Fucking Luddite.
What did you say? It's a
called you a
saber. You called me
Luddite.
a
He
Luddite?
called you a Luddite.
What is this? What is
Called you
this?
a fucking Luddite.
Is this
I'm high.
medieval Europe? Ah, you Luddite.
So-
He's a rapier.
Anyway,
Fucking troglodyte.
for my
rapier.
dream blunt rotation,
Dream about blunt rotation.
I'm going to go ahead and say, so like I said, I need people who can meet me where I'm at when I get my goofy silly on. What I know to be true, I would have Brock, Taylor, Michaela,
Brock Bristow?
Brock Bristow,
Oh, real people?
Michaela Tarwater, Barack Obama.
Who's Michaela Tarwater?
Michaela Tarwater is Curtis's best friend from high school. She won funniest in the senior class in high school, and he introduced me to her.
And he never
in
got over it.
November, because he thought that we would get along, and we do.
Tarwater is a hell of a last name.
right? That was one of the first things I said
Tarwater.
when I found
How
out.
long
Yeah.
It sounds like
How many
something the
letters?
Native
Shit.
Americans, like that's a Native American last name. But like what happened to their
She's
water?
Irish.
It sounds
used to
a lot
just
more
be
like an Irish
Tar.
last name, dude.
Michaela
Yeah.
Tarwater.
Irish water.
The tar entered
Yeah,
the
right?
water and
Exactly.
killed the village.
Fuck yeah.
Did she also wear a Chiefs hat?
It's your turn.
Oh, it is, isn't it?
Probably.
I'm canceled.
These are getting shuffled. These are. We're getting repeat. This isn't. Nope.
He's got a blue one.
Why are these? Why are these here?
God, he's
These
got a
shouldn't
blue
be
one in
here.
his hands.
These all shouldn't be here. These were from.
Well, then take him off.
Get those mother.
dumb. Okay, fucking kill myself. Okay.
Don't.
Okay, Maggie. Maggie, hypothetical.
Okay.
You see a friend getting into their third emotionally abusive relationship in a row. Are they a victim?
I mean, yes. Yes.
Huh?
Yeah.
We solved it.
They're
Yes.
probably a victim of their own demise.
Yeah.
Like,
I mean-
if you're consistently seeking out people that are shitty to you, it's not necessarily
People that
your
are shitty
fault.
are also seeking out them.
That's true.
Like, because they know that they're an easy target
Based.
for manipulation.
So there's nuance
This is a good
here.
point.
yeah,
There's-
there's no.
This is a
They
very
are.
good
They
point.
have the mindset. They have the actions. They have the behaviors of a victim, and they are. And they, it's not so easy to like stop. It's not something that you can just wake up and decide a lot of the time.
What?
That's a good answer. I think it's your card
Like,
now.
I'm gonna stop being a victim.
You gotta stop being an abuser.
Yeah. Well,
Well, that's
That's
not
why I
just
haven't abused
something
nobody,
you can
okay?
wake up and stop, Jared.
Whose card is it?
it's your turn.
Maggie's.
Oh, wait, it's my turn.
Maggie's turn.
You just answered the question.
Oh, Jared, who will be the next president of the United States?
Topical. Debates were yesterday.
Here we go.
Debates were yesterday.
Come
Did you
on,
watch 'em?
brother. Here it
I was hoping
didn't see
this
you
would
at the
come
bird.
up. Like I didn't watch the debates. I did watch a speech from Joe Biden today where he essentially was like, "I can do this job." Like, you know how someone's like, "I don't think you can do this job," and he goes, "No, I can. I can do this job actually."
That is what
And
they were saying.
If I told, I wouldn't be me if I was, and this is how he said it. I wouldn't, and I know I can, and I know I can, and I wouldn't be here if I couldn't. And
He's like, listen, if I couldn't do this job, then how am I doing it?
yeah, he goes, I know it was like that Toby
How's my
Keith song.
driving?
He's like, I'm not as good
Am
as
I
I
driving?
once was, but I am good once as I ever was.
I see headlights. What? Nothing.
No, it's
Walk away,
here's
Mr.
the
President.
thing.
He's toast, dude. He's a
I
piece
think-
of toast. Like,
I think
mentally.
it's crazy, and I don't know much about
He's
politics.
a dish.
I think it's crazy that we're still electing to go with Biden because the people at that speech that I was mentioning were just like, yeah, and like that has to be the only people in the country that has faith in Joe Biden.
Yeah.
Because the people who currently have voted for Joe Biden are going, God, what the fuck? I was like, I guess it's better. I guess it's better.
Like, we made a mistake.
Like,
The
Trump
guy
is
a
not
pile.
good. I don't.
Michelle Obama, come on the show.
I would like legitimately.
Announce your candidacy.
I think
People
it's
will
crazy
vote.
that like we're not considering like
No.
it's Trump or Biden. At this point, it should be
Not right
like
now,
usually
Michelle.
it's 15 different people.
Yeah.
Right now it's 2 people because Republicans refuse
Yeah,
to
they would. If he
believe
backed out and endorsed,
that
they would
Trump has
definitely
fault.
show up.
Once I
But
want,
if he backed
I
out.
need there to be somebody else because I don't think all Republicans are bad people. I think all Republicans that want to vote for Trump consistently are so misinformed and misguided people because they really do think that they're doing the right thing by voting for Trump, but what they're doing is just perpetuating the stereotype
Yeah.
that people from rural country, like rural America, are pieces of shit and so misinformed about America that they have to vote Republican because it's what God wants. Like, I will never go back home and see Biden anywhere. In fact, there's plenty of people from my high school that are like, we're watching the debates and just going, rah, 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 Trump, and then Biden's a clown and shit. And I'm like, I know you know nothing more about this political system than I do. I know you know less than I do.
Yeah.
But you just like it because he's a winner. That's really
for the memes.
And here's
little
and that's, I
mindless.
fully understand that because I'm from that area. I'm not going to say it's just rural America. It's a lot of it. But from that, coming from that area, you really do just want someone that's just like, no, I'm on your side because we've been kicked around a lot by a lot of different people, by both the right and the left. Trump is a person that goes like, no, I'm on your side, and he doesn't know shit about what's on your side. He doesn't give a fuck about what's on your side. He says the right things that people tell him to say for you to vote for him to be on his side. That's it.
I agree. I mean,
He says all because
that's what
think
any,
he's
that's what
saying
any like,
whatever he wants
presidential
to
candidate
say.
does. Is
It,
just,
no, really, and he's a fantastic.
It's all fake. I
I don't know who it was,
also-
but somebody
yeah.
was just like, "Can we just have both of them?" Like somebody, I fucking forget who it was.
Just
it might have been
automate it
Pete Holmes
already. I
again.
mean-
it might have been. I think it was Pete Holmes
have an
again.
algorithm be the president. Fuck it.
But the no, one of them was
No,
just
as long
like
as
Trump can be the on stage president, and Biden can be like he's like, you need somebody that's a fucking dork actually being a president. But people who are dorks don't get elected.
They're not afraid.
But you need someone that's like a
In the
hoorah.
war,
I don't
in the
know if
war
dork is
room,
the
a
word.
dork is not gonna fucking.
No, a dork
Yeah.
is going to do the right thing, but you need someone to go out there and be like, we're fucking winning. We're fucking doing all that. We're
Exactly.
cool people. But the guy
Exactly.
who knows what they're doing isn't that guy. The guy that knows
Yeah.
what's going on is not the guy going fucking hoorah.
Yeah.
But
He's not
Trump
that
isn't
guy.
going fucking hoorah. He's going, we are in like a terror state. Like World War III is upon us. This
It's the
nation is
idea.
shit.
It's the
He is
idea of
fear mongering.
He's
That's
going,
not hoorah.
America
Boy,
is
that
That's
Tim Pool
number
gave
one
me
a
some good talking
dictator.
points.
It's nationalism, right?
It's pure, and there's nothing wrong with nationalism.
It's
but
not
whenever it's-
nationalism. it's anti-nationalism. It's saying this country sucks, and I'm the only
He's just
person who
taking
can make it
crazy.
better.
Like,
He's
crazy
just
is that
quoting the
he's
he's just
saying
quoting the
shit.
fucking newsroom meme from fucking 2011. Where
I
there's
know.
nothing that's gonna-
There's
but it
so
could
much-
be.
He's trying to rally
And
the
then
people
fucking-
with the
Have you
country.
guys, have you guys seen that thing going around? It's just like, here's the prices of groceries when Trump was in office, and here's the prices of groceries now that Biden's in office, and this and that, and not taking into account that the fact that the reason the prices are higher is because of what Trump did during COVID. That's the reason. That's what caused inflation. That's what caused that. It wasn't Biden necessarily. Both of them fucking suck. but that shit
both
was
terrible.
put into place.
Let's
Right
just
now, I
reiterate
got
that
hit
they
with the
both
tax
are way
bracket
bad.
this year with the amount that I made this past year. I got hit with taxes harder than I ever have done because of what Trump put into place to make the rich fucking richer, to make less tax breaks for the higher percentage, and I now have to pay more in taxes as someone who made $34,000 last year.
Yeah.
I now have to pay more of that whenever I was not like I was getting big checks before. I was single filed. I would get a couple $100. That would be my return. But now I had to actually pay the IRS because I for whatever reason
now
this
you
new
owe.
tax break, I now owe them money, even though I made the same amount of money.
Very true and based.
Yeah,
and as
that's
interesting as it all is when we all agree about something, I think it's your card because we've been talking about sports for like the last 4 minutes.
What is this? What do we? Stop talking about things. Draw the card. What is this one? What's the red one? Taylor, what's one of the most adventurous things you've ever done in bed?
Dream.
I don't like the way you
Take your places.
Jared's gonna explode, dude. If you do one more, like one word. Literally, it's like, how
Those are like the
the fuck
one-word
you find
answers.
the one word?
You could
I thought you liked the one word answers because then you can talk again.
at the very least, fucking lie. Lie at the very least.
I did.
You're scaring me.
That is adventurous.
You have to be honest with people, Taylor. The truth has to come out.
Do I though? Does it?
You have to be honest.
I think the truth can stay in the closet.
Okay,
for
if
at
you're
least
gonna
until
keep,
it's
I need,
18
then I
and
need
moves
to,
out of
I
its
need to
house
trade
where
the
its
question.
parents can't hurt
If
it.
anybody wants to take that question, take it.
You don't have to be honest with people. You just
Because
have
I'm
to be
not going to
honest with
accept dream. You
Obviously.
You can say missionary. That's an option. That's an option. You can't go dream because I'm a fucking puss.
I've dreamed about missionary. I've dreamed about multiple missionaries.
Is that
At the
a
same time.
is
It's
that
very
a nun
scandalous.
joke?
Yeah.
Is that a nun joke?
No, it's a missionary
I'm gonna
joke. You
beat the
fucking
shit
idiot!
out
Didn't
of
you grow up Catholic? Don't you know the difference between a nun and a missionary?
Out of you, Taylor.
The nuns stay in the place. The
nuns
missionaries
aren't
go.
Missionaries. Nuns are not missionaries.
He's
Nuns
yes.
don't know
He's
what
also saying
missionary. Yeah.
Do they live in a church or a school or an apartment? That's what I want to
They
do.
live in an abbey.
Yeah.
Where were they?
Abby.
Where were the missionaries?
They were in a youth group.
You're lying. You're just lying. This is what this
No,
is.
I think it checks out.
Taylor creates a podcast so that everybody else can delve into
He
their secrets.
Welcome back to the Jared
And I
Oshel
can
Knows
say the
Taylor
worst
Better Than
thing
Maggie
that I've
Harris
ever done,
podcast.
and he gets to go, oh, I fucking dreamed, I guess, and I'm not going to be honest with anybody because
I think
that's
he
scary.
is being honest. I think he dreamt about an orgy with his youth group friends when he was like 15.
Amos, do you want to take that question?
The
don't
most
believe me.
adventurous thing I've done in bed.
Yeah.
You're a woman.
Listen, my adventures. I'm at the beginning.
Bro.
So I'm just getting started. Okay?
It's an unexpected journey.
So like doggy style, it's probably the most. It's not adventurous, but
No, it's cool.
to me, it's like, whoa, what from
It's
behind?
exotic. It can reach this
Actually,
way too.
What kind of what breed of dog?
A pit bull. I actually I had
Who
a
are you, my mother?
realization when I first had doggy style for the first time. I was like, "Oh, dude, this is the best because they can't see me." I was like, "It's a cheat code. I'm pacing the wall. They can't fucking see me. This rules."
That is why.
Oh fuck!
Because I'm so self-conscious.
No, seriously, I was like, "They let me do this? What the hell?"
That's pretty funny.
He can't see my face.
Pretty funny.
They try to look back. No.
Yeah. They
Don't
can't.
trust it. All
Yeah.
Amos, I think it's your card.
My card. Okay.
I'm sweating from this. This is how I'm getting so hot right now. Is that a heat lamp? Did you
Bothered.
replace it with a heat
You're
lamp?
so hot, Jared.
Jared's hot. Jared, this question's for you.
Okay.
How many
Doggy
times?
style.
I can't see you.
Doggy style. Listen. How many times will you experience heartbreak in the next 20 years? I'm gonna guess none.
Classic card.
I hope none, but listen, heartbreak is not only
Do you
your
hope
lovers.
missionary?
I'm
Oh,
sure.
you're right.
I'm
You're right.
sure there are friends that I will lose in the next. Let me give it a time.
He's on the edge right now.
In,
No.
in the future.
Jared, I gotta tell you something. I'm
Because-
sorry, I'm leaving. I'm not.
We've all gathered here to tell
I've
you.
been having too much doggy style. I gotta go. I gotta go. Have
Listen,
more
I just
of
learned about
that.
this new thing.
The comedy scene is just sick of your attitude. I just can't take anymore.
Am I toxic? Is that it? You guys are gonna tell me I'm caustic? Caustic chemicals.
That's right. How many times will you have your heart broken?
How many times will I have my heart
The next
broken?
20 years.
You know, I don't know. That's always hard to tell. I'm sure it'll be a few times. Hopefully not the big one. Hopefully, you know, I want to stay with my lady for the rest of my life. So
Yeah.
hopefully not, because I don't. Here's what I think. I get a little poetic about it. Is it's like if I break up with my girlfriend, like here's my thought. I don't want to get new friends.
Oh
Oh,
yeah.
isn't that crazy? Isn't that a cool thing to think about? Like, oh, I
share
don't want to get new friends. It's like all like a lot of my social life is tied into this other person. So now it's like, and that's one thing that I've had with
And
past
you like
breakups
those
is I was
people?
like, and there's people like I had a breakup 5-6 years ago where they were like some of my best friends and friends. I knew them before I started dating this other person, and then once we broke up, it's like, oh, I guess I don't talk to you anymore. So that's cool.
Yeah. Is it because it reminds you too much of that person,
No,
or is it like it's just
it's
they're too
part of that.
connected?
I think they're just.
They
I
gotta
think
pick
they're
sides.
too connected to the other person.
Yeah.
It's
She's like,
not
I'm
even
friends
that-
with her more
and
than
it's
you,
not-
so I have
and
to
it's not
be.
even that. It's like I'm cool with being friends with exes. Like like there's no hate between me and most of my exes. Like we're fine with each other, but it's like there's just that social gap doesn't bridge anymore.
Yep.
Like there's
Yeah.
no like I don't hang out with old friends.
Oh, it's
because-
Friday. Let's.
I mean,
It's an
I
interesting
have-
thing when people the people think there's two schools of thought on the whole, like, oh, you stay friends with your ex-girlfriends. It's like, I don't know, you stay friends with your ex-friends? What? You know,
I don't know.
you go through
I
a
mean,
breakup
it's
with a
like-
friend, you gonna stay friends?
It's different.
See, that's my thing. I mean,
Yes,
especially now because it's much
when
a-
you're breaking up with like your girlfriend, but you want to be friends. Like what you're saying is, we're going to stop having sex.
And here's the thing: is it's not like I haven't tried that, and that sucks even more. Like,
Yeah, but you
especially if
don't
it's
break
in-
up. But you don't break up because you want to stop having sex. Generally, like the majority of
But
breakups aren't because
so-
the two
things can be
people
solved
want to
because
stop
of that.
having sex.
Emotionally, it's so tied in. The idea that you can just keep doing that and just stop having those emotions, I think, is absurd. to an
What do you
extent.
mean?
Unless it's like, oh, we dated for 2 months, then we decided it was nothing. But if it's like you guys dated long term, you decided, you
Yeah.
envisioned a life with somebody, and then you're like, you decided that it wasn't
Yeah.
best for
You
you,
give it
two
some
to
time.
keep with each other.
You give it 2 months to a year. You have sex with other people, and then you can be friends.
See, if you have a gap here, that's a good model. I like that model. I like the gap year
Yeah,
model.
I mean, and sometimes, like, let's say, God forbid, me and my lady broke up, right? I still think eventually we'd end up being fine with each other. We'd be good friends because we're so. That's what I say that hoping,
Compatible.
right? I say that hoping because she's someone where I just always want her in my life, and I really can't envision a life
Yeah.
without her in it.
gay.
So don't think
Super
about
gay.
it.
Super gay to think that. But
That's not gay.
That's like where it's like, even if we don't end up being together, if I don't end up marrying you, I want you in my life somehow. And that's also not fair to my would be my next partner, right?
You know,
But-
Lana Del Rey once
that?
said that
Oh my
love, I mean, real love is like heaven taking the place of something evil and letting it burn off from the rush.
You're funny.
I don't think it really applies right now, but I just wanted to get the last verse on the podcast.
But yeah, no, I'm sure there will be friends that I decide, but even growing, I mean, I'm 8 years out of high school now. There are friends that I talk to every day that I just don't really talk to anymore, and that sucks. I mean, it's like people that I grew up with. It's people that I would see every day that we were real close, and then one day, our lives just get a little bit further apart, and it's harder to get together, and it's harder to see them every day, and
You just
and
fall to
and then
pieces
you
when you're with
just go
them.
months without talking to them.
I mean, also death can cause heartbreak too,
That's
right?
true.
Like
And-
your
and,
mom is gonna die.
that's shut up.
Climate change.
She will be dying.
Shut up.
All of ours.
That's going to be a big heartbreak.
That's
I mean,
what I
I
thought the
decided
big one
young.
was.
I was like,
Could all
oh
get
no,
cancer
I'm
before
like
these
taking a
news
month
drop
off whenever my mom dies.
Yeah.
I'm taking a month off. I'm not coming back. I'm just gonna be by
Around.
myself and be around people. I'm gonna go do acid on a swing
so
set.
much food.
I'm gonna eat so many sandwiches.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go through. Yeah. No.
Be like, a third pie? Thank you.
I'm just gonna, I've been kind of holding back recently. I think it's time I go all in.
Yeah,
I think it's time I go all in. But yeah.
for sure.
Ice. What was the best day of the past week, and what made it so? What made it so?
Ooh.
This past week.
This week has been boring for me.
The high point of
Damn.
that boring would be the meal you had on Tuesday. I know it
Actually,
was
okay,
crazy.
so yesterday I thought I had somewhere to be over lunch. I kept feeling like I was forgetting something. Who knows? I probably did. But what I did instead of whatever I was supposed to do was I found myself at the Chinese buffet down the street from my work. And I just sat there and listened as two Vietnamese waitresses yelled to each other in a language I didn't understand over my head.
Wait, they were Vietnamese at the Chinese restaurant?
Yeah,
How do you know they were Vietnamese?
I can tell. I can.
Comment below.
That sounds racist. I mean, no, I get it.
Jared's a really good person, guys.
They're different languages. You can hear Vietnamese.
Jared's a really good person. He would never.
They're more Vietnamese is a much more what's the word?
No.
It's a more guttural, not guttural, but it's a lot of G's. It's a lot.
I don't know. That sounds a little racist.
Here's what
in
happened.
the back of the throat.
The sign said Chinese
What you're saying is you
food.
can tell.
No, I would be able to tell between like Chinese and Vietnamese. Yeah.
So why is it so insane that I could?
Because you're a woman.
No. It's just because they were at a Chinese restaurant. I say that full well knowing I've been to a Chinese restaurant run by Mexicans.
There we go.
She's like, hey, I walked in. The sign
So
said Chinese.
Turns out those
Chinese.
Mexicans
But
were
I-
actually Vietnamese.
Look, they.
No, actually, I feel like I've heard that a lot of the different Asian cultures just going and having Chinese restaurants. This is like a thing, actually.
Because-
I feel like this is a thing.
Because Americans want to eat Chinese food. They don't
Right.
want to eat Vietnamese.
And they want to
food.
eat Americanized
Like, yeah.
Chinese food, and so like it's also it's a
They want-
brand. It's a brand more
It's
than a
like
Chinese
than a
food,
yeah.
yeah.
Holiday Chinese food.
Yeah.
Like they don't make orange chicken every day. They do obese. That what's in orange chicken? Syrup.
Oranges.
Yeah.
Oh,
Like, it's
yeah.
just
Yeah.
syrup. It's an
Sugar.
orange syrup. outside.
General Tso.
General Tso's. That's also just fucking syrup and soy sauce.
Sugar chicken.
It's hot sugar
There's
chicken.
literally a Rick
Oh,
and
sugar!
Morty joke.
I love
Yeah,
sugar
sugar
chicken.
Where she's like, I got sugar chicken.
Honey chicken.
Yeah, honey sesame
Jalapeno
chicken.
chicken.
It's all so
Coconut
much
shrimp.
sugar. And I've made those sauces. They're just sugar.
Yeah.
There's so much because that's what it helps thicken it. It also like
It's
just makes
delicious.
It's also fucking delicious.
It's also fucking- put sugar
just
on anything,
straight up-
it's
If
delicious.
it's not just like straight up brown sugar, it's like honey or fruit
Yeah.
or some other sweet thing.
Simple syrup.
Yeah, it's just
Tay Tay, that one's for you.
sugar and water.
Tell us about the first time you broke someone's heart.
Oh God. Okay. First time. That's gonna be difficult. Shit.
Oh my.
I gotta sort timelines here. Okay. Fuck.
It was
Let's
all
see.
happening
It was,
so fast.
Listen.
like, it's really bad when
I really wanted two
wanna-
girlfriends. Think about it.
hold on.
Two is
Continue.
better. Two is
Continue because I think this.
Jared's like, oh shit,
I'm
this is gonna
putting
be
all
more
the
than one
pieces
word.
together.
This is gonna be
Putting
more
all the
than one
pieces
word.
together.
What?
Continue.
Ooh, no, I want to hear your. I want to hear your.
No.
I want to hear your models. I want to hear your model first. What's?
No, what was the question?
Someone-
Dude, you're
Spinning
making
on the
my
door.
neighbors so angry.
I'm so sorry. I'm a loud person. Was that upstairs?
No, that was on the fucking door, dude.
that was on the
should
door.
we-
Yeah, dude. No, we're not answering the fucking door. This is our
just
private
gonna-
domicile, and we will not be harassed.
We're just gonna hush a little bit.
Breaking Bad. Watch it on Netflix.
We're just gonna pipe
Is
down.
Breaking Bad still on Netflix?
Everybody, we just need 5 minutes
have
of dead
Netflix.
air.
Did she hear us on the other side? Is this the other side of this?
Oh,
is
no.
it her side?
No, my bedroom's on the other side of this wall that's on the same wall as the door that you walked in on.
It could be a storage space. I don't know.
This is the podcast, guys.
Her room's right there.
No, her living room's right there.
I don't
probably
know.
hear
How
Her
these
us right
television
apartments
is
are set up.
probably against this
I
brick
don't know
wall.
how these rooms are set. I used to live in an apartment. And
Either
guess
that or her
what?
couch is,
Sometimes
and she's trying to
you
watch
just
the
deal with
television.
it. You hear other
Hey.
people fighting.
For real though.
I want to
just
hear
fucking
Taylor's
deal with it.
answer.
I want to
you're
hear
right.
Jared's prediction about my answer because he sounded
No,
very...
okay. What did you say? What was it?
Okay, so the card is the first
When
time
did
you
you
broke
say-
someone's heart.
What did you say?
I said I was sorting timelines.
Just answer the fucking question. Just answer the goddamn question.
trying to answer the question. I'm
Just
trying to sort
answer
out the
question.
timeline so I can answer the question.
What's sort out the timeline?
Sort out the timeline.
Not sort out. Just think.
Line everything
Be a
up. I gotta
person
line
and
up all
think
the
into
times that
your
I've been a
mind
shitty
and
person
into
and
your
said yes
heart.
to questions that people have asked me because I knew that they would be really sad if I said no, and so I said yes, and then I had to say no later.
Okay. Say it again, but in a speakable voice.
Everyone could hear that.
So you said yes. What you wanted,
many times,
they
dude.
wanted you to say yes. You said yes,
Yeah.
and you said no later.
Right, yeah, because, like, listen...
When was this?
What?
When was this?
I don't I was probably like 15 or something the first
Okay.
time. Yeah.
All right, yeah. Ooh, yeah. No, that was probably about the first time I broke someone's heart too.
Yeah, dude.
This also goes back to probably the worst thing
Because you
I've
have
done.
your heart broken
because
the first time, and then you're like, I don't want to do that, and then you realize that you're actually perpetuating the same cycle just in effigy by doing the thing that the other person did because they didn't want to hurt you.
You're a people pleaser.
No.
That sounds very people pleasy.
What is that? What is people like?
People pleasing is when
Oh,
you
you
want
know about pleasing people?
people to
I
like you,
thought
and
you
you
did
think that you
doggy
can
style.
achieve that through actions
Whoops.
because you're an idiot.
I'm so self-aware that
That's
I'm
when you
loud
go to
now.
therapy because somebody
And Jen,
tells you
know what
should
it
go.
is it's the headphones. I can't tell how loud I'm being.
Yeah.
You can't tell it's loud in your
Because it's
headphones.
equalized
Do you want me
through
to
the
turn up your
headphones.
headphones? Is this?
No, I can hear. I don't
that
want to hear
you?
myself too much because I just get used to it. Whenever I first put these on, it was like,
It's
this is gonna
me.
be so weird.
Okay.
But now I can.
She's like,
Is that you?
oh no,
That's you.
Oh, turn it all the way down.
There we
No,
go.
turn it back to normal. God damn it! I'll just be quiet. I'll just be
You
quiet.
sound very normal right now.
I try to be normal. It's just
Comment
whenever
below
I
if
get,
you guys
whenever
think-
I get loud.
Comment
I get
below
really
who you
loud.
think the loudest person on this podcast has been because I really want to sort this out.
absolutely me.
I had 4 beers. All right.
You
It
chug
could be
those
me.
fuckers. You put those suckers down.
I think this is the best.
For once, this isn't me.
Can I have a shot of liquor?
You've been
also?
chill this whole time.
I'm like
Do you want
ice,
some-
dude.
Do you want
Okay,
some-
Jared,
do you want
it's your
some-
turn.
Do you want some?
What? Okay.
Can I have liquor too?
Do you want
Am
some
I-
liquor
or-
in you?
It's your turn to draw a
Do you
card.
want to? Do you want to
I drew
drink
that
that
one.
down to
you
how much
broke
water
someone's
you want
heart?
it cut
This
with?
is Maggie's. I
Oh, that's
think.
Maggie's.
That's not mine. I don't have
That's
one.
not Maggie's. She's relinquishing it because she's a good person. Cut it down to what you want to cut with. Okay.
Here we go.
Tell me when to stop.
Maggie, best exercise.
Stop. Appreciate it.
Okay, so I think the best one overall, it's like pretty clear, is
Maggie didn't get to
running.
hear a story. That's okay.
Ooh.
But I would never do that. So
If you don't say swimming, you're wrong. It's swimming.
It's
I
a
I
full
like
body workout.
the
Full body
feeling of weightlifting.
ooh, I love weightlifting.
Yeah, like getting a good bench in,
Gay.
squat, some hang clean, like all the big ones.
Do you use the
I like
machine?
Olympic
But
weightlifting.
the one that I do most often is walk. I really like walking. I think walking is great.
I really like weightlifting. My favorite one.
Walking is just like running, except you have to walk like a lot further distance in order to do the
I
same
mean, you
thing.
get to see more.
Do you walk outside or on a treadmill?
Yeah, I walk outside.
Okay. Walking outside's so much better
Yeah.
than a treadmill. Did I say treadmill?
It's the most important meal of the day.
Windmill.
Windmill.
Windmill. I said
Putting up
windmill.
windmills in Chanut.
Is there a windmill?
Is there a windmills in Chanut?
There's not windmills in Chanut.
Actually,
There's a ton of windmills
there's a
in
wind
Chanut.
farm.
There's a wind farm. It's ruining the skyline.
Kills
Listen,
birds.
the shadows make you go crazy because it's on your house.
It's making a whirring that's killing the birds. You guys don't get this.
I don't.
You're all wind farm
You're
people.
not in farm people. So we both grew up in rural
Oh yeah,
Kansas.
we know
And there's
what
a
these
whole-
are. Yeah, we know what
Yeah,
they
you
are.
know what windmills are, but like they don't just put up one; they put up
Yeah.
500 of them.
Yeah, dude.
And they have.
I
wind
live in
farms.
rural Nebraska.
Oh, okay. So you're from Nebraska. Yeah, you get
yeah,
it.
I just didn't know
But
what
they're-
character you were doing.
I'm not doing
Jerry
a character. I just. I'm not. I don't know. I don't understand this thing where Taylor's like, "Oh, you do a very Jerry Seinfeld thing," and I'm like, I don't think I've ever listened to Jerry Seinfeld.
I'm just Jared.
Hey, say what's the deal with Taylor telling me I sound like Jerry Seinfeld?
What's the deal with Taylor telling me I sound
No,
like
don't
Jerry
do that.
Seinfeld?
Don't do that. Just do it with your face.
What's the deal with Taylor telling me I sound like
You're
Jerry
still
Seinfeld?
doing it.
I'm
It's
not
fine. It's
now
okay,
I'm
guys.
aware
We'll
of
get
it.
there.
What is the deal with Taylor telling me
No,
I sound
I don't
like
think
Jerry
that more
Seinfeld?
takes is the answer to this problem.
Why am I being your little fucking show pig right now?
Hey, Amos, draw a card.
So part of what we were saying was they put up wind farms, and there's this whole thing where they're like, like, you know, probably know this, where they're like, oh, they're fucking ruining the skyline and this and that, and it's
Yeah.
like, you live
Chanute's
in
beautiful skyline.
Chanute's and Princeton's beautiful skyline.
Richmond.
That they live
You
in
know.
town, so they don't really even fucking see it.
Yeah.
And it's so far away, they
Yeah.
don't notice it. How often are
It's
they
out
out
in the
sitting on the porch?
sticks.
They're too busy inside talking about how much they fucking love Trump on Facebook.
Parsons.
These fucking heathen small
Yeah, you
town
pulled out a
people.
cool one. Parsons, Kansas, home of Lebec College.
Actually, my dad went
my
to
brother
community
lives.
college at Lebec County Community College.
Your brother what?
My brother lives in Parsons.
What's
he
your dad?
really? Yeah.
What did you say about your dad?
He went to Lebec Community College.
My brother went to Labette.
Really?
Yeah, I told you this.
We did talk about it. We're
Yeah,
talking
my
about
brother
sports.
wrestled at Labette.
Yeah, we're talking about sports. I knew that. Okay.
Okay,
Beat the
Taylor.
shit out of you.
Taylor, this one's from you. This one's for you.
fucking shit
We can fence later.
Actually, this that would be a cool way to end the podcast. Fence to the
a
death.
murder?
I don't know if I can fence and play ukulele at the same time.
Here we
That's
go.
the
Taylor,
fucking- that's gay. I don't.
I'm gonna ask you, which of your parents influences you more? How?
Oh God.
I know your mom.
I'm gonna answer both. My mother in the positive and my father in the negative. Okay, that's fine.
But which one influences you more?
Daddy.
Probably my father in the negative.
Oh yeah, I can see it.
Well, there we
Okay,
have
that
it.
got weird after I said.
No, we were all just thinking of. We were all seeing it.
There's more that I avoid emulating
Sometimes,
of
like,
my father
I-
than I try to emulate of my mother.
Sometimes I'll say things or I'll do things, like I'll laugh or I'll say something, and
Yeah.
I'm like, that's exactly what my dad would say and how he would say it. And I
Yeah.
go, oh, fuck. Shit.
I used to hear that in my
Into
voice
dad.
when I would look at like stand-up sets that I had recorded. And I'd be
Oh,
like,
yeah.
Oh, that's weird.
I've started, because my dad does this thing where, like, he'll say something, he'll go, yep. And I.
Dude, I hate that. I hate that. Holy shit.
Like,
I
he'll
hate
just say
that.
yep
That's
to
such a
his
human
own
thing.
statement.
I fucking hate that. Like that whole like because like the psychology behind that is so fucking uncomfy. Just the idea of like the because that's the goal at that point, right? It's like a weird Freudian slip of that we're trying to like find the right answer to any conversation that we're having. That if we can't end a sentence in the affirmative, we're not doing it right, right? Like yeah,
What the
you don't
fuck are you
hear
talking
people that say nah after they say something, right? It's always like yep. There's that weird like affirmative like if I can't get there has to be some kind of like
Can I tell you
it's just
something I
possible.
do? Can I tell you something I do?
Yeah.
Like no matter like you could say the worst thing ever, and I like my response is always nice. Like
Yeah.
you could be like,
Yes.
my dad, he had cancer, both lungs, they had to take one out. He's on a machine. He's breathing for the rest of my life, and I'm just like nice. Like every fucking time,
That's
it's
beautiful.
the worst thing ever. And I'm just like, nice.
I love that.
Nice.
because it's coming for you too and me.
Coming for all of us.
Hopefully.
Double lung transplant?
Just say, Daddy,
Someday
I
soon
know
you'll
it's
be
coming
on
for
fire.
me. What?
Sorry.
Not if you get cancer first.
And ask me for a glass of water.
Is this yours? It
No.
was yours, wasn't it?
No, look, that's Taylor's.
No, it's literally yours. Like this
No.
one's mine, and I'm
No,
pretty sure.
it
Taylor
actually
brought
is
it for
because I brought
himself.
3 glasses
Okay.
and she had
Okay.
a water bottle.
Okay.
Wait,
You're
have you
getting
been
my
drinking his
chlamydia.
water?
No,
It
it's,
was-
it has vodka in it now.
You're getting.
Sheesh.
I'm sorry, you didn't see that part where you poured the vodka.
They know. They know.
They know.
Was it the.
It was the 2 shots of vodka.
I told him to tell me when to stop. He said to stop into the microphone. You could have been there for it, Jared,
Actually.
but you were
You
talking.
know what I need to do? I need to leave. That way you guys can talk. So
You know,
much
Lana
good
Del
about me.
Rey once said, and all of my beaches are ruined.
Lana Del Rey!
Listen to Cherry from her Lust of Life album, released in
Christ.
2016.
Listen to Drive.
I've never
Is
wanted.
Oh, yeah. Just
I
Drive.
just ride.
Oh, it's
That's a
Ride.
good-
It is Ride. It's Ride.
That's a good song.
It's a good song.
I'm not gonna
It
lie,
is.
that's a good song.
She hears the birds on the summer breeze.
Get
She drives
hammered,
fast.
get
She is alone at
crossfaded, and
midnight.
listen to that song.
Hey,
and
so
it's
why
awesome.
did people for a while?
She's trying
there was
hard
this
not to get
thing-
into trouble, but she has a war in her mind, okay?
There was this thing where people just hated Lana Del Rey because she like wasn't singing girl power songs.
She said that Kanye supporting Trump was a loss for the culture.
How did
Twitter.
how did people respond to that?
Positively.
Okay, but is that why people
No,
said
go
she
with your
wasn't-
thing.
Well, I think it was because she was singing songs about being in an abusive relationship, and it
Ish.
was at that time where
Harvey's in the sky
she
with
was
diamonds
just
and he's
like-
making me crazy. Go.
But she was essentially the gist that I got from it was this time where it was like every song that a woman made had to be about being a strong woman, and it had to be very positive woman, and we are everything. She was like,
Lorde was asked about that habit of Lana Del Rey's in an interview once. Yeah, sometimes.
Remember that thing you just said where you're like, I always have to be affirmative?
Yeah.
We're talking about sports right now.
No, but that's what it was.
It's as competitive
and I don't
as
know
sports.
much about Lana Del Rey, but it was essentially she was singing. One of her albums was just like being in an abusive relationship. They're like, "Oh, you're perpetuating this, and you're singing positively," and she was just like, "No, I'm singing about hurt in my life." And they were just like, "Yeah, well, what about woman empowerment?" She's like, "That's not what I'm." Like, I'm doing that by just telling
Being
my
a
story,
woman.
being a woman.
Yeah, expressing myself.
To be somewhat fair to the critics, he hit me and it felt like a kiss is a problematic thing to have middle schoolers latching
Grabbing
onto.
onto and
That's awesome, but it
Putting on their
also
walls on.
perfectly tells the story of what it's like
100%.
to be blindsided in an abusive
Yeah,
relationship.
kiss with a fist is better than none.
It
Florence
is
Welch
absolutely
didn't get flack for that.
I mean, look, you can look at any music. I've heard an 8-year-old listen to fucking Y&W Melly. You really think that what Lana Del Rey saying, like, kids will listen to music. It's so accessible now.
Yeah.
The idea that you're like, oh, Lana Del Rey
Napster
said
really
something
changed the
about-
game.
Is it Napster? Was
Just
that like
take
LimeWire?
any
LimeWire.
excuse
I
to
was a
criticize a
LimeWire
woman.
LimeWire?
They'll take any excuse to criticize a woman.
It's true.
And I'm saying it, but they're like, you can't fucking. You can't tell what the woman. I'm like, I'm actually like, I'm not gonna call myself a feminist, but like,
Why?
listen to what women are saying.
Why would
Because
you?
that's cringe.
No, because the second you call yourself,
Because
a
he sounds like he's
feminist,
trying to get
you're-
laid at that
like,
point.
No, it's exactly. It's like, and he was like, no, I'm a feminist. It's like you're doing. I
Yeah.
did that once before in college when I was trying to get laid. That's why I was doing it.
Well, then
I can be a feminist
doing
and
it
not
for that reason.
No, I'm not doing that. That's why I'm not calling myself.
no, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah, but
Call
now you're
yourself a
saying
feminist.
I'm not going to call myself
I
a feminist,
can-
and it
and
sounds
call
like you're
yourself
trying to
a
get
feminist
laid,
without
Jared.
ulterior motives, and you're doing it right.
I've had this conversation before. I can
Almost.
just be something and not have to call myself something. I can absolutely just be something, not be like, I'm this. I can just have my point of view and not have to align it with anything.
Based. He doesn't have to say he's loud, folks.
I don't have to say I'm woke. I can just be a good person.
I feel that. I mean,
What?
Amos,
Just-
what's the best decade to live in as you are right now?
as I am right now.
Yeah.
That's a privilege that you get because you are a man.
What do you mean it's a privilege that I
Living
get?
in whatever decade you want.
How is it a privilege that I get? That I don't
just
have to
be,
align
being
with
able to
something?
just be something without having to say that it's what you are is a privilege.
That's
How is
not
it a
true.
privilege? Anybody can do that. There are plenty of people that just do that. Everybody doesn't have to just say exactly what they are.
That's what Jesus taught us.
Just be it.
But what men need to be saying that they are feminists.
Oh, that's not true.
Yes, it is.
No.
Yes, it is.
I get what you're saying. I fully, and not to talk over you while you're talking about feminism.
He's a
I
feminist.
fully
Don't forget.
understand what you're saying. I can support those people and not call it myself.
I can support something without affiliating with it. I can support
I
something
can
without
be a
affiliating
feminist
myself.
without calling myself one.
Me saying to everybody, "Hey, I as a straight white man am a feminist," doesn't do anything.
I can support something
It
without
does,
affiliation. I can distance myself from
because-
something and still support it.
What we really need is for straight white men to be feminists, and if
You hear that,
you
straight white
say
men?
that you are, then like that's good, and other people will hear it and see it and think, oh, it's okay. I don't have to keep like
That's how
pushing
Apple,
off these
that's how Apple
ideas
sells so many phones.
because it's true.
It's because it's the group thing. It's because everyone wants to be in it.
Oh, I thought it was
Yeah.
because
Yeah.
Tim Cook's a
Yeah.
feminist.
So you're
And here's
like,
the thing,
you're
like,
like
it'll
it'll advertise
psychology.
it kind of
If
as
anybody-
like a
Yes.
cool thing, you know.
Like
If
this is
anybody
something that's
is
cool to
anti-
be.
If someone's being an asshole and saying very misogynistic shit, I'll say something about it.
That's
like I
good.
can be
Yep.
anti-misogyny
Yep.
and also not be, oh, by the way, I said this because I'm a feminist.
Well, obviously, yeah.
100%.
You're
I
not-
can just be it.
Yep.
But obviously, but also, but then when you're saying things that are feminist, you don't need to make the point, I'm not going to say I'm a feminist.
That's true. Here's the thing. Okay, so yeah. Because
fuck you. Fuck you for sitting over there the whole time and saying, no, fuck you, Taylor.
Here's the thing. Okay. Because it's just as cringe to say I'm not going to say I'm a feminist as it is to say, well, I'm a feminist, so I think. You just say the thing. You just say the thing. If you say the thing and then you announce an affiliation or non-affiliation, if you're going to announce, just announce the affiliation. If you do actually agree with feminism and you're going to say whether or not you are a feminist, just say you're a feminist instead of saying, well, I'm not a feminist, but I believe in the empowerment of... But just say the thing. But, shut up. But what I'm saying... Where I say, okay, fuck me, but also, gay. You can also just say the feminist thing and then not say, I'm not a feminist or anything, or saying, well, I'm a feminist. So you can also just say shit that aligns with feminist ideology, just because it's something that you think, not because it's something that your tribe prescribes. And then you don't even have to announce which tribe this comes from. And then if the idea is good, people will be like, oh, okay. And then if you don't say, well, I'm a feminist, so you might not actually be throwing people's shields up. And if you don't say, well, I'm not a feminist, but then you also aren't throwing people's shields up. And if you just fucking say the ideas without actually without calling into question an affiliation or non-affiliation, just fucking spread the memes.
Yes, obviously,
So-
Taylor.
so
So
like you- I
why
think
are
where
you
my-
negating me every time that I say a word by saying
I'm retarded.
no? Yeah, because you're retarded.
I think where my hesitation comes from is because there's so many terms to feminism. There's different ways of feminism, right? Like the idea that
Amos, which wave of feminism would you like to live in as you are right now?
I
Say
see
fifth.
the fire
Say fifth.
in the.
so
Are we in the fifth wave right now?
I think it's fourth.
We're at the
wave.
end of
I
fourth.
think
We're
it's
trying to
wave.
figure out what we want to
That's
say we want
feminism.
fifth to be.
And we may be out of it, but like for a while, and I think probably the reason that I decided to kind of distance myself from like, hey, I'm a feminist, I'm this and that, was because there was just all this stuff that where feminism equated anti-man, which is where I was like, I don't really.
And I can understand that as a man, where it's like, well, now you're just going against me.
Well, I'm not going to
Yeah.
say I'm a man, but
It was-
I don't know.
It was just, and this may be a small percentage, and I'm absolutely sure that it is. It may even be a small percentage, but that's
Yeah.
like, say, like the second you say you're a Republican, you're like, oh, do you like Trump? You like this and this? You know, this? You're automatically associated with the worst things
You're like
about
grouped
that thing.
into a thing.
I like that analogy, actually.
You're
That's kind of
automatically
fun.
associated with that, and it's not that I'm against republicanism. I'm not. There's good things about republicanism. I'm against Trump republicanism. I'm for feminism. I support feminism, but I don't support the feminism that's just like essentially saying because men have been terrible for years and years and years, we need to then repeat that back onto them. I'm like, no, that's not.
You know, Lana Del Rey once said that the only mistake that a man can make is trying to make a woman change. So,
Yes.
All right.
Anyway, sorry I brought it back up. Whatever you were talking about before, let's go back to
Amos,
that.
what's the best decade to live in as you are right now?
As I am right now.
You've had so much time.
So if I was me right now, but in
Yeah.
a certain decade.
Yeah.
Other than this one.
Yep.
I'm gonna say the 1960s.
Okay.
Like if I was this right now, but in the 1960s.
Fucking explain yourself.
I think it would be the best decade of my. I mean, just.
Explain why the 1960s. This kind of goes back to our last conversation.
He's a big Bob Dylan fan.
I'm a big Bob Dylan. Because I feel like there was like there was a whole like sexual movement, right? And then Woodstock.
A lot
and
of
then-
doggy style.
Do you think?
No, here's why. It's because all these boomers were just sitting around doing drugs and fucking each other and not doing anything, okay? And that is they had it easy, all right? They had the best time to live ever. And if
Movie
I could just
tickets
go
were
back to
$1.
1960 and just get blowjobs and do acid and nothing else.
for $3,000.
And buy a house for $3,000. Okay, I'm sorry. I'm
Did they
getting
just
loud.
knock on the door again?
No.
We're gonna calm it down because I have
they're
boomer
gonna.
parents. Okay.
You have old parents?
Yes.
Subscribe to the
They're
Patreon so that we can shoot in a fucking studio. Okay.
I think mine are Gen X. Well, you guys are probably Gen Xers.
Yours,
Yeah.
yours
X.
definitely Gen X.
Yeah.
Yours definitely Gen X.
My dad tries
sorry,
to
I can
identify as a
tell.
millennial, and it's cringe.
Yeah, 1960s. I mean, if you were like 19, maybe not 19.
In
maybe
the
like-
60s.
If you were 19 in the 60s, you probably got drafted, and that sucks. But if you were 19, like, what, 19? What? What are you laughing
hey,
about? Say
I
it.
just that
Why
would
is
suck.
it good to be 1960s and looking like you?
Well,
It seemed like a good time to have a fire hose.
Seemed like it. Stop it. I'm not about that, okay? I'm just saying there was a lot of drugs, and that's really all it is. I'm a bad person. I want to do drugs.
So you just really like the Woodstock version of 1960?
Yeah, just the
I'm into
just the fun.
I'm into it.
Just the fun part where the boomers like, we hate everyone and we just care about ourselves and get high and die. Okay, can we go to the next question, please?
Yes.
Can I say something before we move on? Because
Sure.
I feel like it got tense there for a second. I fully respect.
I know,
I
Jared.
fully respect all of your opinions. Just because I don't hold the same ones doesn't mean that I think yours are less valid.
I know. I didn't get that
He's
impression
of
at
the
all.
world. He's just not in it.
I'm gonna punch this shit out of you. I'm gonna hit you right in your fucking teeth. I swear to God, I'm not a violent person. I've never been in a real fight, but you seem like your teeth need to be
He's got a
fucking
long
brass
fuse.
knuckles. I got
If
a
my
long
teeth
fuse
were a
that's
brass
taking
knuckles,
26. I'm gonna
Get
wear
so
them
much
on
more
my
chewing done.
wrists.
That's a lot of woman talk.
Jared, what's the best vacation destination?
Ooh, Savannah, Georgia.
What?
Savannah, Georgia. Go to
Come on
Tybee
down
Island.
to Savannah, Georgia.
That's because if you were in the 1960s in Savannah, Georgia,
No,
you'd have a great time. No, so I went there whenever in 2019. I went to Savannah, Georgia with some family friends went down there to for a graduation. They were actually outside of Atlanta. Then we went over to Savannah. Savannah, easily one of the prettiest, most beautiful cities in the country, if not the world. It is fantastic. There's so much history there. I mean, it's a town that's like it was around pre-United States. Like it is in such an old town. There's cobblestone roads that are cobblestone from the 1600s that were brought over from England. And they have all this history.
brought
And
those
here's the
over?
thing that they don't talk about that something helped me. I was realizing it. So they had this whole market that's on the edge of the water, and it's like there's so many different shops and stuff, and that's all very cool. And they have like those it's an old like lookover where they used to, pull carriages of goods, like whether it was cotton or tobacco or anything that you want to sell there. They pull it over and they look over it
Since
to kind of
before the
grade it,
United
right?
States.
Something that they don't talk about is that and there's a lot of history there, and it's very cool, but then you realize that was also where they bought and sold slaves. And it's like, kind of puts a damper on it. But
Why?
No, I do. It is a very cool place. It's supposedly one of the most haunted places in America. They have
I've
like
been on 2 ghost
and
tours
stuff.
there.
You've been to Savannah?
Yeah.
So you know what the fuck I'm talking. They have
He's
they
like,
have these
I
fucking.
went through this whole long
They,
explanation.
they have these big bikes that can hold like 20 people, and you can spin them, and it's a bar on a bike. It
They
is a
have
full
those in
bar.
Kansas City.
I don't give a shit. It's
That's
cooler
true.
because
I've
it's in
seen him.
Savannah.
I've seen him roll by the Bird Comedy
Tybee
Theater.
Island.
They have those in Lincoln, Nebraska.
All right. Well, it's
roll
the
by
first
the
time I
up-down.
saw it, so it was the coolest. Then.
I bet.
But then we took one of the buses there. You go around and they'll tell you all the history and everything. It's where
ever see a bridal shower pedal past the
It is
up-down?
where Forrest Gump, the first scene of Forrest Gump, where he's sitting on the bench and you see the feather.
I'm about to watch that on VHS.
It's where that bench is. We saw that bench. We saw the church where Martin Luther King Jr.
Was shot.
Gave some of his first shut the fuck up. Gave one of his first civil rights speeches. There's just a lot of history there. Granted, it is Savannah, Georgia, so there is still some Civil War, pre-Civil, some Confederacy history there. So they still have them up. That was weird because I went there in 2019, right whenever that stuff was still kind of bubbling. I was like,
And it's the best.
interesting.
Jared was there and he was like, I don't want to say I'm anti-slavery, but what are these statues doing?
We should keep them. I like it.
That guy's got the same haircut as me. I like it.
That guy has the same haircut and better beard. And
It's just
I
jealous
like
of the
his
beard.
values.
He did things for nice
I like the way he's on a horse. But no, okay. So also their town is set up so they have squares, and that's from European immigration, as they had squares in Europe. So whenever Europe came over here, they had all these town squares. So you'll go through, and it's not like a roundabout; it is a square. It's very cool. Yeah,
That's why they call it a town square.
It?
I thought that
but
was
that's
like a
where
title
towns-
like The Village Idiot. I thought you had The Village Idiot and then the town square.
That was good.
That was a very good timing. No, but yeah, that's pure European immigration and
At its finest.
Yeah, European.
This is the
settlers.
American dream.
You can see that all over town. So
Don't catch
if
a
you go to
slipping.
a smaller town, like I don't know, does Chanute have a town square?
Yeah.
It has an actual square, so most likely it was European.
Actually, it has Chanute Square, and it's like it's kind
Hell
of a
yeah.
strip mall deal, but it's like a parking lot
It's a-
basically. But a parking lot's a
But, like,
square, so
generally it's where the courthouse is. So I know, like,
Yeah.
There's a
in
courthouse.
Garnett. I don't know if so Garnett, Kansas.
My
I don't know if
mother-
Good
you're in
auctions
there.
in
My
Garnett.
mother-
So
was
they
from
have
Garnett,
there's
actually.
an actual square with the courthouse in the middle, and that's because it's pure German immigration that went.
No,
there.
but is it like a square?
It's an actual.
Are you sure?
It's the road. It's a square.
yeah.
Seems like more of a
And
rectangle.
it like goes
really.
around
Yeah.
the courthouse, right?
Yeah.
And yeah.
Yeah.
I think I've only seen that circular. I think. Are
Well,
you
they have
thinking of a roundabout?
No, that's
He literally-
So no, they have actual in Savannah.
No,
Georgia, there's a
dude,
ton of
shut
these
up. I know.
squares.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
She was gaslighting you.
I was.
Maggie's a feminist.
Maggie, I want to like you. I do.
I make it hard. I'm sorry. Anything else about Savannah?
No, Savannah, Tybee Island. It's right off of Savannah. It's where they shot Baywatch.
Is the baby weird haunted baby doll island around there? I may be thinking of something.
What the fuck did you just say?
From Ghost Hunters, of course you've seen the
Yeah.
From Ghost
Baby doll
Hunters. You know the big baby doll. No, that's in like Costa Rica. I know what you're talking about. That's in like Costa Rica.
I thought it was Georgia.
Are you shushing me?
What? Why would I do that, Jared?
The neighbor has come over twice.
That was all me.
fuck
That
outta
was
you,
all me,
boy.
dude.
Episode title.
Amber's in the other room.
It's your turn.
Apart because I
Hey, Jared, draw a card. We talked about Georgia for like 15 minutes.
No, we didn't. I fucking love. I would go back there in a fucking heartbeat. I'd love.
You don't
Savannah.
know.
know,
You're not going to
dude.
watch this
I
episode.
love Savannah, Georgia so much. Amos.
Remember, you pick one question
Is it
off that.
Amos or Amos?
It's Amos.
It doesn't matter, but Amos is fine.
Hey, fuckface.
Hey, how about we skip that one, huh?
Hey, there's no M in there.
Hey, a little off this time, okay? Let's take from the top, huh?
Hey, pussy. All right, Amos. If a genie offered you 3 wishes, what would they be?
Okay.
We know
of
the
all,
first two would be food and women. No.
food and women. Well, my immediate thought was a bigger cock. I was like, give me a bigger cock.
That's the third wish.
Seriously, I was like, hey.
That's all you need.
Actually, if that could be all 3, food, women, and a big cock.
I want loose women, loose sandwiches.
Wrap it up in a
I want to
nice little
whore
bow.
myself to an early grave. I'm sorry.
Shut the fuck up.
Listen, you're the one that let me come in here and drink.
I think they're in the apartment. Stop it!
Peaceful transfer.
Oh my god, you sound like you're trying to summon the fucking
Holocaust. No.
That's the sound you want women to make, right? I'm so sorry.
It's okay.
I'm sorry, dude.
Maggie's chill.
You what was the
I'm iced tonight.
She's ice.
cool. She's chill.
She's ice.
She's only going to tell me, fuck you.
She's
Amos,
just like
pick a
one of the
card.
guys.
Well, because you're the only one who did something that pissed me off.
Ooh, uh-oh. Z formation.
Yeah,
Here we
the
go.
only one. Amos, pick a card.
Hey, here's the question: how sassy can
Here's
you
the
be?
question. I'm kind of hammered. Here we go.
I have reasonable expectations.
I fucking hate you.
So made you turn it up.
Turn my volume all the way up.
Man, that sucks.
He was trying to say something.
No, I was
without
trying
saying.
not to
That's
say
evil.
something.
Say without saying.
Now everyone's.
He said, Jared, silence with sound. Okay. Okay.
Who are you asking?
Ice.
Yeah.
No, Taylor. Have I asked you? I don't think I've asked you
I don't
one.
think you have.
Taylor, what foods in your current diet will no longer be available in 50 years? I can answer that for you. All of them. Bananas, all of the monoculture food that's gonna fucking die because there's no fucking bacteria in the soil to grow the plants. Okay.
Amos, I love that you said, I'm going to ask this to Taylor because I haven't asked Taylor a question. And then you immediately said, I can answer this
I'll
for
answer
you.
this. In 50 years, we will have no more food. I'm telling you right now. All of the bananas are clones, and they will die, and we'll not have any more.
It's a good point. I'm
you
going to
ever
ask
had a
Taylor another
red banana?
question.
I have not.
They're like red.
They taste like red.
Shout out, come on the podcast.
Taylor, as your replacement question, what would you be willing to shove completely inside your ass for $1,000?
For $1,000?
That's
Yeah.
a low.
What would you...
A colonoscopy.
I feel like this question backwards.
get
I
paid
feel
for
like
the-
someone else should be picking a thing and I should be
Where'd you get
telling them how much money it would
But
take.
that's not what the question is it?
Yeah, well, it's a bad deck. I think one of these cards. No, it's for $1,000. Okay, for $1,000, I don't know.
I'm doing
All the
something big.
way. I don't know. A Sharpie? I don't know. That's not. That's a hospital
big.
trip. I'm not. My hospital bill is going to be more than $1,000 for that.
You can do this.
No, not the whole thing. Fuck that.
That's huge. That's massive.
That's too big of an
Wait, what
entry
are we doing
point,
with
and
that?
it's also not.
You gotta
it's
shove
not.
something
This
up
is
your
gonna.
ass for $1,000
This
bucks.
isn't.
You could do that.
There's not enough lube.
But you can put it
Kettle
on
one
there.
Doesn't
You get
work
lube.
well enough. No.
from experience.
You get lube.
You can do this.
Listen, you get lube. You're
Yeah,
shoving something up your ass.
obviously.
Again,
You get
everyone else is still
lube.
answering the question for me. This is
What is that?
This is brain
So
dead.
what's your
pull it
thing?
up
You
as
said a
brain dead.
Sharpie?
This is brain
You
dead.
would. That's the biggest you'd
brain
go
dead.
for
You know what's pretty small?
$1,000.
You know
We
what?
got a Sharpie right there. I can see it. That's tiny.
Yeah, do we got $1,000? Do we have $1,000 right here?
It'll fit. All right?
Hey,
I should use it.
I said, it'll fit.
This is the worst episode of Will It Blend.
Am I sticking it up my ass right now?
this is like a fun navy blue Sharpie too.
That's true.
It's
You don't
not
want to put
normal.
this all the way up
Alright.
your ass though, because like if you put it up this way and you're putting the whole thing, this is really gonna fuck with you.
That's an easy $1,000.
And then if you put it up this way, taking it out is really gonna fuck
You
with
gotta
you.
take the cap off. It's a cap off.
You take the cap off.
Yeah.
Ooh, you get a.
It's an item.
Do you get a high off of a Sharpie if you
shove it up your ass.
there's a word for it. Supposit it.
Oh, actually,
You supposit a Sharpie.
I
You
think-
sniff. You huff Sharpies.
I think you would get
you get a
high.
thing. Do you
I think you would get
supposit a
high.
Sharpie? You get high.
I think you would.
Well, then I don't think that I could feel okay with taking money to do that because that's you gotta.
This is a fresh Sharpie too. This is a good
I
one.
probably okay. Let's see. I would say the thumb of this sculpture.
You can
That's
fit more.
the biggest that you do for $1,000.
$1,000.
Dude, every
you know what?
woman that is watching, okay, so it's just Maggie right now, is laughing at you.
No, Maggie's on this episode, so Michaela's going to be watching later.
She'll watch
Michaela
like
Tarwater.
Oh,
She's gonna watch
minutes
at
of it.
least
tar water.
28.
Tar water. That costs $8.
Costs
Out of the
Is that one
$1,000,
of,
that's
is
gonna
that
cost
one
you.
of those
At Home
new
Goods.
seltzers that's coming out?
Compare it, $12.
Can I
what?
see the Shaka?
Tar water? Is that a seltzer that's coming out?
Yeah.
Tar water.
that Irish
It's a new
spring
liquid death flavor.
brand.
You
You
seltzer.
could for sure fit the pinky in there. Like we
You
all
could
had
put
a
that-
pinky in our ass.
You can sit on that.
That's 100.
That's
this is
nothing.
The, this
How
This
is
is
about
100?
these three fingers?
That's good.
How about
Yeah.
the middle
If those
three
were-
fingers?
if they were out.
You could
Yeah.
definitely fit
Because
that in
here's
your
the thing,
ass.
if
For
you get paid
$1,000,
for
probably.
$1,000.
Yeah, 3 fingers for $1,000.
There we go.
3 fingers.
We
When
got
you
it.
paid $1,000
Are we
it's gotta
talking?
hurt.
What's going to be worth? Depth or girth?
Who the fuck cares?
Depth.
This we just
I'm paying for
decided
depth.
it's over.
just decided.
We did it.
It's
Okay.
over.
Who picks the
Hang
next
on.
card?
We got to talk about this for
One more question.
One more minute. No, we don't have time for one more question. We got to talk about this for one more minute. Jared, what was you think about depth versus
Depth,
girth?
what's worse,
What's the
depth
deal?
or girth?
What's the deal with depth
Girth
versus
is
girth?
way worse than
Can you just
depth,
say
I
what's the
think.
deal with depth versus girth?
The depth.
What's the
Depth
deal
hits
with
your
depth
organs.
versus girth?
Perfect.
Yeah,
I mean,
Well, it's
depth is
9/11.
going to hit a
Because
curve there.
Death is you're gonna hit a hard turn.
A hard
at some
turn.
point.
At
Jared,
at
what
that
was the
big
first
intestine.
time you theorized depth?
First time I theorized depth, probably when I had a finger in my ass. Probably it'd be like, hey, how much further is this gonna go? Because right now we're only a knuckle deep.
Yeah.
Can we pay you
And $1 short. Okay, well, it's 9/11.
Make a wish.
Oh wait, is this the end of the podcast?
And as fun as this
or
has
is
been
this
for all involved, we are wrapping up our show because we've been going for 2 hours.
It's a tight program.
I
There's
know.
a spot.
I know.
guys,
I don't want to
guys,
stop
we had a
time.
hell of a time.
Taylor.
We hope you
60
come back
minutes is
next
coming
week.
on after this.
60.
Do I have to go back in the crate after this?
Only if you want to.
I feel like
Okay,
I came off this podcast as more of a bigot than I came in.
I feel like
I
you
don't
came
think
in as
so.
just as much of one as
Am
you're
I just
leaving.
being self-conscious?
You had an opinion, and you.
It was the distancing himself from feminism that he's self-conscious about.
Yeah,
That's not a very feminist thing to do. That's the thing. That's exactly what I was saying.
which is so
They're
crazy.
more into girth. It's not about the distance. It's about the
Beat the
speed.
shit out of him.
Yes.
So, before we all beat the shit out of Taylor, I'm gonna play ukulele for 30 seconds to 2 minutes or so, and we're all gonna go around in a circle. All the comics are gonna tell the audience what they'd like them to think about over the next couple weeks. If you have something to plug one thing, and then tell the audience what you want them to think about over the
What
next
about
couple
all my
weeks.
dates?
You know
What about
what?
all my dates coming
You can take
up?
all your dates and you
Plug
can
your
shove them
dates.
up your ass
got so many
for
dates coming up.
$1,000, Jared. We're gonna start with Maggie, and we're gonna start now.
I had a great time as always sitting here on the podcast. I would like to plug my hosted episode of All the Marvels podcast coming up on July 14th. It's going to be me sitting in that chair with a bunch of women, and I want you to be thinking about that. Jared?
This was a lot of fun. I got very loud. I got very somber. I got very introspective. I think I had a lot of fun. I think I like our conversations. I like Taylor less after this. Actually, I like Taylor a lot.
He
less.
says that at the end of every conversation we ever had.
This is true. I talk to Taylor more and more, and every time I'm like, I like you less. I got to talk with Amos a lot. It's always cool to talk with Amos. Always cool to talk with Maggie.
Really?
Always cool. Taylor's a piece of shit. But you can follow me on Instagram at Jared Oshel. It's just, you'll find it. My pronouns are the big boy. And I think I'm still working through one beer. I'm towards the end of it. Got some water, and hey, life is eternal. And if you're smoking too much, what are you running from?
Why do you have to say that right before I go to me? Who's like, I want to smoke so bad right now. It's been 2 hours. Okay, I'm sorry. I gotta be quiet. Hey,
He's yelling closer to the mic.
it's me. My name's Amos Christensen. I'm a local comedian around here. Follow me, Kansas City, local comedian. If you're a famous comedian coming to the city, do a show, give me a spot. Come on. No, me only. And then follow me on Instagram, okay? I really feel like it's a fun time. Follow my Instagram. I take a lot of pictures. It's a lot of fun. Go there. Amoose_01. Like a moose, like the animal, MOOSE, and then _01. Okay, that's it.
Spay and neuter your friends, everybody. Have a good time.
I think that went really well.
Thanks for everybody for
As
coming
much
on the
as we
fucking
could have
show.
hoped for. They're gonna hear us.
Oh, that was fun. Okay, cool. That's the first time I've nailed that one on the first.
That was amazing. Dead.
That was amazing.
That was great.
Because I wasn't scared of hitting on her.
I'm so turned on right now.
Why are you ever scared of hitting Ani?
Because she talks about it like I abuse her if I ever.
Is she usually sitting right there?